It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Into tonight's broadcast here of high school football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group here on Q92 Sports Network. This game live on our website, Q92radiosports.com, and also live on our YouTube channel, Q92 Radio on YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms here. Christian with you here. My partner Derek will be with us coming on later on here in the pregame show. We want to welcome you to Uniontown, Ohio, home of the Green Bulldogs, where tonight they are looking for a Federal League victory over the GlenOak Eagles here, as kickoff is about 30 minutes away from starting. Expecting a good one here tonight. Two teams, not the best records going on. Both come into tonight's game with a 1-5 record, but teams have been fighting hard as of late and have really couple plays here and there, and their records could be vastly different. But looking forward to tonight's game and bringing it to you guys here. Also, we are part of the Q92 Sports Network's Score 7 every single Friday night. We have got 7 high school football games for you live at our website. So you can go there and check out all 7 games that you can listen to live and for free. Matter of fact, during the pregame show, as always, we'll give you previews of all other 6 games that we have for you. Plus, in the pregame show, we'll head to the coach's corner, talk to Coach Geis and Coach Garcia. Let you hear our conversation with both head coaches before tonight's game as we get ready. What's going to be week 7 somehow already in high school football. And it's going to be another beautiful night for football here in Northeast Ohio. Looking forward to it. So welcome to the broadcast. Glad you guys are with us. Looking forward to tonight's game. We're going to take our first time out. When we come back, we'll start hearing the previews of the other 6 games you can hear on the Q92 Sports Network. This is high school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group, and your game tonight here is GlenOak and Green right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Green, where we're getting ready for GlenOak and Green tonight here on the Q92 Sports Network. Now let's start our game previews again. Q92radiosports.com and Q92's YouTube channel. We bring you 7 area high school football games every single Friday night, and this is no exception. We got some good ones here tonight. Federal League, Eastern Buckeye Conference. We've got some Pac-7 football for you here tonight. Some really good ones. Looking forward to it. Right now, let's get it started here. First, in the Pac-7, Orrville is taking on Northwest tonight over in Canal Fulton. Let's get a preview right now of our broadcast of Orrville and Northwest.
It's week 7 here in Northeast Ohio, where the Orrville Red Riders come to Canal Fulton to take on the Northwest Indians. I'm Mike Dixon, joined by Ryan Rowland, live from Northwest High School for this Pac-7 matchup. Orrville rides into Northwest with a 4-2 record, 2-1 in the Pac-7. Orrville is coming off a 33-51 loss to Canton South last week. QB Cameron Kraft, running back Parker Hostetler, and tight end Luke Kins were Orrville's top offensive players in that matchup. Kraft had a 77% completion rate for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Hostetler had 14 carries, 113 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kinsler had 2 receptions for 14 yards. Orrville had 350 total yards on offense. The 3-2 Indians come back home after a 13-10 loss to Lake. In a back-and-forth battle, Northwest got on the board first with a 15-yard touchdown run by Joey Medor, but the star running back left the game late in the second quarter, and Ben Shantz added 3 with a field goal in the fourth quarter. Northwest offense had 124 rushing yards on 26 attempts and 172 passing yards for 296 total yards. But the stat that really hurts and slowed down the Northwest offense was 13 penalties for 115 yards against them. The Pac-7 matchup is all set to kick off here at 7 p.m., where 4-2 Orrville take on 3-2 Northwest in a Week 7 battle here on Q92 Sports Network, presented by Sarshone Auto Group.
All right, thank you, Mike, for that preview of Orrville and Northwest. Next, we're going to stay in the Pac-7 here. Another matchup tonight. Akron-Manchester is coming to Navarre to take on the Fairless Falcons. Let's get a preview of Manchester and Fairless.
The 2025 high school football season can be summed up with 2 words here in the area: a grind. The Federal League and Eastern Buckeye Conference have teams jumbled at the top of the standings vying for the title. But don't forget about the Pac-7 as well. That's been the case in the conference through the first 6 weeks, and we have a great battle between 2 conference foes tonight on hand. The Fairless Falcons are 500 through the first 6 games, with the last 5 of them being on the road. AJ Sarbaugh's team is off a 41-14 loss at the hands of the Titans of Triway, and conference play hasn't been that kind to the Sons of Navarre so far. They're 0-2 and have allowed 89 combined points in those games after allowing just 27 in the first 4. But Coach Sarbaugh said back in the summer that all they need is a chance after that 5-game road trip in order to take the Pac-7 title. They have it. But tonight is a must-win for their conference championship hopes, and it won't be easy by any means as they welcome in the Manchester Panthers, who are 5-1 and are led by Northwest transfer quarterback Tyler Pappas, who's thrown for just under 1,200 yards on the season with 16 touchdowns and just 4 picks. Combined with the return of a first-team All-Ohioan running back in Phil Parton, who's coming off a knee injury, and 3 players defensively who led the area in tackles for loss, things could be tough for the Falcons at home. You won't want to miss how it all goes down, as you can join Robert Coleman and I for all of the action with kickoff set for 7 o'clock. From Fred Broadweser Stadium in Navarre, Matt Corrali, the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Matt, for that preview of Manchester and Fairless. Next, we are going to go over and get a preview of a non-conference game here in Week 7 for a Federal League team. The Perry Panthers are hosting the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Fitch, who used to be in the Federal League, still plays Federal League teams every year, and they're playing Fitch tonight over at Perry. Let's get a preview of that game.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Week 7 of the 2025 Ohio High School football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, live inside Wakefield Stadium in Perry Township as the Perry Panthers play host to the Austintown Fitch Falcons.
This game has the potential to be a big one. Fitch comes in on a 4-game winning streak. After dropping their season opener to Hudson, they now sit at 4-1 and are looking to extend that streak as they start positioning themselves for a playoff run. The Perry Panthers enter tonight having lost 2 of their last 3, but defeated Jackson over at Robert Fife Stadium last week in a tough-fought Federal League matchup by a final of 21-19. The Panthers are now 4-2, 1-2 in conference play. Perry is having a very good season thus far under first-year head coach Spencer Leno. Coach Leno has brought a rejuvenation to this program, and it has showed, as even during losses, the opponents have had to work hard to win. They'll look to continue their winning ways here tonight as they are back in front of their home crowd. You can catch the game on Q92radiosports.com as myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, will have the call here tonight. Kickoff is currently scheduled for 7 p.m. Panthers, Falcons, live from Wakefield Stadium in Perry. I'm Jay Wilhelm, Q92 Sports Network.
All right, there. Thank you for that preview of Fitch and Perry. Now we're going to take a timeout here in the pregame show. We're going to come back and get you the preview of the other 3 games you can hear on the Q92 Sports Network here tonight. But it is the pregame show here, about 20 minutes away from kickoff here between GlenOak and Green, right here on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by our friends in the Sarshone Auto Group.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
All right, welcome back here as we are getting closer to kickoff of tonight's game, about 16 minutes away from kickoff here between GlenOak and Green here on the Q92 Sports Network. Back to the preview of our games. Our next preview is going to take us to an EBC matchup. The Alliance Aviators having a really good season so far. They're taking on the Carrollton Warriors tonight at home. Let's get a preview of Carrollton and Alliance.
Tonight here at Caris Stadium at the campus of the University of Mount Union, high school football between the Alliance Aviators and the Carrollton Warriors. Carrollton comes in 3-3 overall, 1-0 in the EBC. Meanwhile, the high-flying Alliance Aviators, 5-1 on the season. They come in with a record of 1-0 in Eastern Buckeye Conference play. Alliance offense has been on fire all season long. In their wins, they've scored 25, 46, 26, 42, and 49. Their only loss of the year came to Louisville back on September the 29th as the Leopards got them at home in a game that was 30-13. the Warriors come in with a pretty good running attack. And by the way, the Carrollton Warriors have knocked off Alliance the last 2 seasons. Speaking of that running game, it's Levi Kiko. He has rushed for 630 yards and 5 touchdowns this year for Carrollton. Meanwhile, we all know about J.R. Jackson. Offense, defense, kicking game, punting game, special teams. He does it all. He is one of the top players in all of Stark County football. Should be a great ball game tonight. The weather is going to be outstanding, and the facility is just as good. Join myself and Caleb Norick for the play-by-play tonight to kick off at 7 o'clock from Cara Stadium here in Alliance as the Aviators take on the visiting Warriors of Carrollton. I'm Sam Berkwin for AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, Sam, thank you for that preview of Carrollton and Alliance. Next, we move on to the Federal League, where tonight one of the biggest games of the night is the Canton-McKinley Bulldogs taking on the Hoover Vikings, 6-1 versus 6-1. Ryan Keller and Coach Antonio Hall have the call of that game tonight. Let's get you a preview of McKinley and Hoover.
Week 7 of the high school football season brings us to Memorial Stadium in North Canton for a battle of Federal League unbeatens. The 5-1, 3-0 McKinley Bulldogs and the 6-0, 2-0 North Canton Hoover Vikings. A matchup that pins the highest scoring offense in the county, the Hoover Vikings, with 222 points on the season against the McKinley defense, allowing only 8.3 points per game during their 4-game winning streak. And twice in those 4 games, holding opponents to under 100 total yards of offense. Some good news for the Vikings this week. Senior quarterback John Collins is expected to return after an ankle injury, allowing Jack Andes to return to his normal role at receiver. Andes had stepped in at the quarterback position the last 2 weeks, rushing for 103 yards, and then last week, 260 yards. He leads Hoover with 17 receptions for 303 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season, and has scored 12 TDs overall. McKinley sophomore running back Kylan West enters this week as the county's leading rusher with 730 yards on the season, and he will face the county's leading tackler for loss in Hoover senior linebacker Carter Lukens with 14. But the Pups can beat you in the air as well with 2 dynamic receivers in DJ Britt and Darius Hill. They have a combined 7 of Trent Hayden's 10 touchdown passes on the season. McKinley has won 3 straight and 15 of the last 16 matchups with Hoover, and the Bulldogs lead the all-time series 25-26. It's the high-powered offense of Hoover against the stout defense of McKinley tonight from Memorial Stadium. Join me, Ryan Keller, and Antonio Hall with the call tonight. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on Q92radiosports.com. From Memorial Stadium in North Canton, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Thank you, Keller, for that preview of McKinley and Hoover. And finally, our game of the week on the Q92 Sports Network. Another big Federal League game tonight. Undefeated Lake Blue Streaks trying to remain undefeated. They'll be hosting the 3-3 Jackson Polar Bears tonight at home. Clint Scroggs, along with Brian Beatty and Ryan Bevere, have the call of that game. Here is a preview of our game of the week, Jackson and Lake.
3-3 Jackson visits 6-0 Lake in a must-win game for the Polar Bears. Jackson coming off a 21-19 home loss to Perry, in which it lost 3 interceptions, missed a field goal, and gave up 225 yards rushing. Junior quarterback Carter Mulman replaced the injured Lucas Eckerman and threw for 129 yards. Eckerman will miss this week's game with a concussion suffered against the Panthers. Jackson twice was down by 2 scores and rallied to get within 2 points. The second time came with 5:19 left. Perry held the ball the rest of the way. Senior running back Corey Jacobs had more than 100 yards rushing in each of his 4 starts and has scored 9 touchdowns since moving from receiver for the injured Chase Maurer. D lineman Reese Myers leads the team with 64 tackles. Lake was also uneven in last week's 13-10 win over Division IV Northwest. The Blue Streaks had 13 penalties in the win, which was highlighted offensively by wide receiver Zach Novak's 130 total yards and 2 touchdowns. He caught 2 passes for 80 yards and ran 6 times for 50. Quarterback Alex Squire was 8 of 15 for 137 yards and a score. The winning drive in the fourth quarter started with 10 minutes left, featured a 4th and 2 conversion at midfield, benefited from a 4th down interference call, and ended with Novak's 25-yard run. A later TD was erased by penalty. Davis Mattson, the leading rusher for the Blue Streaks, he had 81 yards on 23 carries last week. Jackson's 24-14 win last season gave the Polar Bears a 19-18 lead in the all-time series. Huge playoff implications tonight as Lake hosts Jackson. I'm Clint Scroggs for the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Clinton. There you go. That's a preview of the other 6 games you can listen to tonight here on the Q92 Sports Network, Q92radiosports.com, or, of course, the Q92 YouTube channel. Going to take a timeout, then we're going to head on over to the Coach's Corner. My partner, Derek, had a chance to speak with Coach Geist and Coach Garcia before tonight's game. We'll let you hear that conversation. Coming up next, it's the pregame show, GlenOak and Green High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to the pregame show here as the Green Marching Band is doing some pregame festivities. Now it's time to head over to the Coach's Corner. Derek had a chance to speak first with head coach Garcia of the GlenOak Golden Eagles about the season so far and tonight's game against Green. So here is Derek's conversation with Coach Garcia.
Coach Garcia, coming in week 7, the record not where you want to be. Just talked to Coach Geist, same boat, 1-6 coming into this one. This one's a big one because, you both have that same record and have been close in a lot of games. Can you just talk about what you saw on tape that Green shows?
Yeah, obviously, their quarterback is probably the best quarterback in the league. He's a 3-year starter. He extends plays with his feet. He can throw, he can run. He's a tough kid.
And then, like Coach Geist said, they've been in games. You guys have been in games. Last week was a dog fight. What's something that you guys saw in tape that maybe you guys can exploit tonight?
Yeah, both teams, we're in the same boat, just like you said. We're both we're right there. We're close. It's the team that's going to make the less mistakes. It's one of those cliches, but it's what it is. Our kids are playing hard, and we just got to eliminate mistakes, and we'll be all right.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, that was Derek's conversation with Coach Garcia. Next, he had a chance to speak with the Green Bulldogs head coach, Coach Geist, about the Green Bulldogs season so far and what they can expect tonight from their opponent, GlenOak. Let's hear our conversation with Coach Geist.
Coach, coming in to here, week 7, season's gone by real quick. Can you just talk about the team's progress here through the season thus far?
Yeah, we may not have come on the right side of wins and losses, but we've been working really hard. And I commend our seniors and how they've kept things going together, and they've really had a couple the last few weeks. We've had some good games and some good weeks, and we just got to finish out games and start the first halves on a positive note. But I like where we're at.
And the same could be said for Coach Garcia and the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You two face off tonight, both records not where either of you want. What's something that you saw in tape that maybe you guys could possibly exploit tonight?
Like a typical Coach Garcia team, they're tough and they're physical and they like to run the football, and they're actually playing some really good defense right now, I think. So we've got our hands full for sure.
Then, Tyson, how great is it to have a quarterback that's been at the helm for so long? You know what you're getting from him. Just having that steadiness at the quarterback position.
You can't replicate that experience. He's been really in every situation we've been in. He's already done multiple times and nothing new. And to have that calm demeanor back there, it means a lot.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
All right, that was Derek's conversation with Coach Geis of the Green Bulldogs here as GlenOak now is taking the field at 6:55. And now I'm going to welcome in my partner, Derek Dimmitt, who is with us here tonight as GlenOak, I said, just took the field. Green getting ready to take the field here. What's going to be an absolutely gorgeous night for high school football here in Stark County. And Derek, you touched on it with both coaches during the coaches' corner. Both these teams, obviously, 1-5, not where either one saw or wants the season to be. But I said this before you were up here today. I said, if a couple breaks go either team's way, their records could be very different. They've been very close in more than one of their games.
Yeah, I had the game last Friday with Ryan Revere, GlenOak, and Hoover, and they had Hoover. It was a one-possession game throughout much of the night, and they had the onside kick that Hoover was able to recover, but they're right in the game. They're in the game with Lake the week prior. Green, however, they've been in multiple games, and I think you look on paper and you see two teams 1-5, but I think as this night unfolds, we'll see two teams that if their schedules weren't as daunting as it's been thus far, I think they'd both be in a lot better record position. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing in the Federal League, the league alone, the league schedule will get you. But when you look at a GlenOak, I mean, you look at their out-of-conference schedule. When you play a team like Massillon every year, it's tough there. It really is tough. And when you look at the Federal League this season, think about this: McKinley 5-1, Lake 6-0. You know what I mean? Hoover 6-0. So not only are you playing good teams. Those 3 weeks in a row, their combined record is what? It's 17-1. Right. Yeah. Now the schedule gets slightly easier now. You look at Green tonight. Jackson, that's a tough 3-3 team. Mansfield's having a really rough season, but Perry, that 4-2, that's a strong 4-2 that Perry has. And you look over at Green as well. They lost to Indian Valley, who's 5-0 on the season. Riverside is 4-2. Like I said, lost to Hoover 6-0. They lost a really close one to Jackson, 38-35. And again, both GlenOak and Green took Hoover to the end. Right, yeah, and Coach Baum has his team playing very well this year, and both of them took them down to the end. And, yeah, looking at Green's schedule, they're thus far the only one that wasn't a one-score game was that game last week against McKinley that they fell 21-3. And, we saw McKinley week 1 and saw how tough they are. So, yeah, it's been a tough grind for both teams, but both of them looking to take the opportunity tonight to go 2-5. Yeah, we're going to pause right now and turn it over to the public address announcer for the playing of our national anthem. Great job by the Green Marching Band with the national anthem here. As we're getting real close to kickoff here between Green and GlenOak here. Great night football. Boy, it's been a few years since I've been here. I forgot what a beautiful stadium, what a nice atmosphere it is here in Uniontown for the Green Bulldogs. Great press box, great accommodations here, but great field.
places for both bands to sit and set up, 2 band shells. Nice concessions. They take debit card here. I'm always appreciative of that. In 2025, I feel like that should be a thing. But but no, beautiful stadium, and it's going to be a beautiful night again for high school football. Looking forward to bringing this one to you. GlenOak and Perry. Now, GlenOak's going to be wearing their road uniforms, their white jerseys, their white helmets with their dark green pants. Green going in their all blacks now. The black jerseys, black helmets, black pants with the orange G, the orange stripes, and the orange lettering. So we're ready to go here. I'm excited to see Hunkus. I've never gotten to call one of his games live here. He has been a great quarterback in the Federal League, like you said, for 3 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Looking forward to seeing which one of these teams is going to come out and get a victory here tonight in 2 teams that the records don't show, but they've been playing hard all season.
Yeah, and they'll put all the hard work Monday through Thursday and Saturday mornings. Get to see some reward for all that hard work. That all these teams that we get the privilege of calling their games on Friday nights. It starts early in the summer, in the spring and winter with lifting programs, but the 10 weeks of the regular season goes fast because we're already in week 7, and I remember week 1 and sweating in Warren with you.
Now remember, you got to be one of the 12 teams to get in this year in the playoffs. And GlenOak, although sitting at 14th right now with 3 games left and against some big teams, not eliminated, not out of this yet.
No,
not out of this yet.
String together a couple victories starting tonight, and you can squeeze in there, and probably have to go on the road week 1. But
now Green in a much more not as favorable situation, sitting down at 22nd in Division II, Region 5. But that's just a murderer's row of teams. Yeah. When you look at Lake, Hoban, Hudson, Walsh Jesuit, Fitch, who is on the Q92 Sports Network tonight. There's so many good teams there. All right, GlenOak will return it to kick the game off. Here comes a squib kick by Green, going to be taken by, someone better take it, by GlenOak. It is going to be down around the 20, maybe the 22-yard line of one of the up men for GlenOak. I believe that was number 35, and that is Dom Wagner. So we'll get our first look tonight at the GlenOak Eagles. Their offense will come out here, and we'll see. And, of course, their star player is their running back senior, number 5, Javion McClendon. And he is an athlete, and you get him out in space, he can make something happen. That quarterback coming out for GlenOak tonight, Evan Chrissy, the junior, number 2 on first down. They give it to McClendon, but will we have a flag already?
Yeah, I think the receivers got going a little too quick there.
So false start. First penalty on the first play. This is about you and me and penalties.
Yeah, not a good start.
So we are underway, everyone. Thank you so much. Whether you're a GlenOak fan, whether you're a Green fan, you're listening tonight on Q92radiosports.com or our YouTube channel, we appreciate you. Second down and first and 15. I'm sorry. McClendon gets the ball, breaks the tackle, takes it up over the 30, still on his feet, and falls forward up to maybe the 28-yard line. Good run there by McClendon, and you're going to hear Javion McClendon's name plenty of times tonight there.
Yeah, and right there, an arm tackle, he was about 2 seconds from breaking that for a bigger gain, but got the penalty yards back and then some.
For GlenOak, not waiting at all, getting the line back up. McClendon again, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, could be gone, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown from McClendon on the third play from scrimmage. GlenOak gets on the board with a big run by McClendon.
Yeah, just talked about that run before that being, one arm tackle away from busting loose. He found the hole there, took it 73 yards to the house.
So GlenOak gets on the scoreboard first, and very quickly they went quick action, no huddle, and kept going with McClendon, and it worked. Touchdown, GlenOak. Extra point attempt. It's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, very quickly into this ball game, like 3 plays in, your new score is GlenOak 7, Green nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff. Off to a fast start here. It's high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group here on the Q92 Sports Network.
RG Dreg, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, that was a quick start to the game. 3 plays in, and GlenOak is up 7-0 as the Eagles about to kick it off. Back to the Green Bulldogs. For McClendon's long touchdown run. As here is the kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Green around the 10-yard line. Here we go, 15, 20. Breaks the tackle, gets it up over the 25, because still going forward to maybe the 28, 29-yard line. That is returned by number 20, Evan Reed, the senior running back and linebacker. And now we'll get our first look tonight at the Green offense. And, of course, Tyson Hunka, the senior quarterback. Coach Garcia has said he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a couple years, and it's hard to disagree.
Right, yeah, that's high praise, but it's well-earned praise for Tyson Hunka here as he leads the Bulldog offense out onto the field.
Here we go. 1st and 10. They turn, and they hand it off, and it is going to go to Evan Reed. Evan Reed's going to take it up over the 30 to around the 31-yard line.
No huddle offense shown by Green this.
Hunka now, the snap goes over his head. He's got to pick it up and fall down on it back and around the 29-yard line. So a loss now on the bad snap for the Green Bulldogs, and that'll back them up.
Yeah, not the start you want for Green on offense here, coming off of the quick score by the Golden Eagles, and now you're facing a 3rd down and 12 here.
3rd down and 12. Hunka in the shotgun. He's going to have 5 wides. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Takes the snap. GlenOak rushes 3. They're back in coverage. Hunka looking, wants to let it loose. He's going to. Is looking for his receiver. That is going to be intercepted by GlenOak at the 40. 45 on the return, up to the 46 before he is tackled. That is going to be intercepted by R.J. Hairston, the senior, coming up with the turnover. And how about the start for GlenOak?
Yeah, if you can take some solace in that for Green, it was almost like he threw a punt, basically, but great play there by R.J. Hairston playing a deep center field, came up on that deep pass intended for Reed, cut in front, made the interception. It's GlenOak ball at their own 47-yard line and looking to expand on that early score.
Back out with McClendon in that offense and that big touchdown. How many yards was that touchdown?
73.
Woo. So 1st and 10. They're going to turn this time, hand it off to number 10. That is DeMario Rozier, and he'll be hit for a loss on that play. The sophomore.
Yeah, Green focusing in on the run there, despite McClendon not being out there after that long run. Probably still over there trying to get some Gatorade and catches there. But good defensive stop there. Put GlenOak behind the sticks here. 2nd down and 14 with 9:30 and counting on the first quarter clock.
All right, they're going to break the huddle. Chrissy, now it's going to be a quarterback run to the right side. Cuts it back inside over the 50. 45 still on his feet inside the 40, down to the 35. Helmet falls off, but good run by Evan Chrissy, the junior quarterback.
Flag back here by midfield,
oh, yeah.
So we'll see.
I can already see the holding.
Stays, but
looks like it's going to be holding on GlenOak, so that's another explosive play that's going to be coming back.
Yeah, they're Green taking on the good side of that penalty there. But yeah, another big run by GlenOak. So it's clear what Coach Garcia and this GlenOak offense is going to look to do tonight. Try to ground and pound it out, whether it's McClendon or their Evan Chrissy on the quarterback keeper, and looks like backup quarterback Connor Wilson coming in after Chrissy's helmet came off.
Yeah, I think he has to come out for at least one play to make sure that he's okay and the equipment's okay. So here we go. It is 7-0. GlenOak on top of Green here. 9:12 left to go in the first quarter. GlenOak has scored a touchdown on a 73-yard run by McClendon. Then an interception by GlenOak on defense is where they have the ball back. And here we go. For at least one play, here's Connor Wilson at quarterback. He'll throw it off the bench. How about that? Gets it to the sophomore running back who won't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that is a catch by DeMario Rozier, who's still in the game. And here comes Chrissy back in. Again, they just had to make sure. That's a rule when your helmet's on like that. Yep. They got to have your one play come off, make sure your equipment's right. Looking out for the player safety. 8:40 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0. GlenOak on top of Green here. GlenOak here going to break the huddle. They're going to go trips right, receiver, tight end to the left. And Rozier still there in the backfield with Chrissy. Interesting. Chrissy back to pass. Has a pocket. Now he's going to step up and look to run. And he's going to go down and be sacked by the Green Bulldogs. That was number 27, Josh Taylor, the fullback defensive lineman who comes up and gets the sack for Green on defense. Big play. And that will bring up fourth down and ruin the drive. And GlenOak will have to punt it away. Back deep to return for GlenOak is going to be Ben Bronick. That is a senior wide receiver and DB. He's standing back around his 35-yard line awaiting the punt. Here's the snap. There is the punt. That's a good punt. It's going to send him all the way back to his 30. Now he's got it. Here he comes. 35. Up to the 38, maybe the 39-yard line before he's tackled, and that is where the Green Bulldogs will come out again. So Green will come out here for the second time tonight. And Hunka will bring the offense out here, and they'll try to get something going. Down 7-0 with 7:46 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, coming off of the turnover there on the opening drive, if you're Green, you just want to get some positive yards. You had a bad snap on that second down play before the third down interception. So interesting to see how Coach Geis comes out here and kind of how he see what play calls he comes out with.
All right, here we go. Hunka comes out in shotgun. He's got trips to his right. Ball's on the 39-yard line on 1st and 10. Calls his own number, looking for a hole on the right side. Takes over the 45, over the 50, into GlenOak territory, down to around the 46-yard line. Good run by Hunka. Green now in GlenOak territory. Good start for this drive.
Yeah, we talk about his arm a lot, but there Tyson Hunka is showing he can do it with his legs as well. A 15-yard carry gets Green into GlenOak territory for the first time tonight.
All right, so 1st and 10, clock running, 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. They're in GlenOak territory. Hunka looking over the defense here. Turns. He's going to hand it off to his running back. Takes it inside the 45. Gets down to maybe the 38 before he is pushed backwards hard. Evan Reed with the carry again there, the senior. His second carry of the first quarter.
Yeah, the run was looking promising, but the safety came up and put a stop to it right away there after the 4-yard gain. But a nice positive yardage there on first down for Green here as they're looking to drive deeper into GlenOak territory.
First quarter, GlenOak up 7-0 after a 73-yard run by McClendon, who hasn't been back in the game since, might I add. Hunka now with a quick toss to Reed. Reed cuts back, takes it, gets it down to maybe the 43, maybe the 42-yard line, depending on where they mark him. Is trying to establish Reed here in the first quarter as well. Again, both teams, they are balanced. They'll throw it, but they do like to run as well. They both like to establish their run.
Right, yeah. Use the run to open up the pass. Hunka, we've mentioned it, a much more established quarterback than Chrissy, but Chrissy showed last week that he can air it out too.
3rd and 5 from the 42-yard line. Hunka rolls out, looking, now throws it downfield. Wide open receiver inside the 35, the 20, breaks a tackle, 10, goes towards the end zone. The ball goes out of bounds in the end zone. Is that going to be recovered for a touchdown? The refs are waiting. I don't know if the ball went out of bounds and then came in the end zone.
Yeah.
I thought it went out of bounds.
Haven't
as that was a
made
big
this-
breakdown in coverage as there was a wide open receiver.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play. There was no signal at the end of that, whether it's a touchdown or a touchback.
Oh, and the
or
way
that,
Green's
but
reacted, I think it's on Green.
Yeah.
Because it was a great play, and they got a receiver wide open coming on a crosser. But they are not. They're moving in the direction that says somebody held. And was that a holding?
Yep, holding on Green after the reception. So he had the space, but still the downfield holding by a receiver wipes off that big gain. This is a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So they do get a first down, and they'll be down around the, looks like 27-yard line of GlenOak.
So clock starts running again. It's going to be now a 1st and 10 for Green, the GlenOak 29. They hit off to Evan again. Evan takes it down inside the 25. He falls down. They're going to mark him around the 24-yard line. Evan Reed again. As Green trying to get that run going. This was, again, just an absolutely going to be a gorgeous night here.
Yeah, it's week 7, but it feels like it should be like week 3 or 4 with the way this weather is.
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Right, here we go. 2nd down and 8 from the 24-yard line. Hunka in shotgun. He's got 2 running backs, 1 to each side. Turns, fakes the action, rolls out to his right looking. Now he's going to try to run, breaks by a couple tacklers, gets it down to the just outside the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains and put them in the R.G. Drake red zone for the first time tonight. So Green driving, looking to answer that big play by GlenOak. Down by 7, but now in the red zone for the first time today. Hunka already got him lined back up. He's going to turn, hand it off to his running back. He's going to take it down to around the 12-yard line.
I believe that was Caden Warner.
That was Warner, his first carry of the ball game, number 0. So they've got him in the ball game now. Him established, another senior. 4:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Green down 7-0, but in the red zone here. And 2nd and 6 on the 16-yard line. Hunka in shotgun. He's got Warner behind him, and he's got a bunch formation to the left. The receivers rolls out to his left, looks, throws for the underneath guy. That is Evan, who's got it. Dives towards the end zone. Is he in? He is. Touchdown. Hunka to Evan Reed. Green answers and gets on the board, and a great drive orchestrated by Hunka, their quarterback.
Yeah, a few penalties there. Kept them out of the end zone a little longer than what it looked at first, but a beautiful pass there on the rollout to Evan Reed for the score from 12 yards out.
All right, so on for the extra point is Logan Moreau. Snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. So we are now tied again with 4:22 left to go in the first quarter. Your new score, 7-7 Green and GlenOak. This is high school football brought to you all season long by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Coach Garcia. Welcome back as both teams already on the board tonight as Green answered that touchdown by GlenOak with a touchdown pass from Hunka to Evan Reed. Your score now 7-7 here on the Q92 Sports Network. Derek Dimmick, Christian here with you. Bringing you some Federal League Week 7 football here. Welcome everyone that's listening to us on the Q92radiosports.com or if you're watching on YouTube. We appreciate you guys having us on. Here comes a kickoff from Green. Going to be another sweep. Kicked one of the up men for GlenOak, who's got it up around the 35-yard line, up over the 40 to maybe the 41. That's going to be Landon Gilmore who took that. So back out comes the GlenOak Golden Eagles with their offense here with 4:16 left to go in the first quarter. Again, both teams have already scored here in the first quarter. Again, GlenOak got on the scoreboard with a Javion McClendon 73-yard touchdown run. We'll see if he comes back out for this drive, and he is, because he pretty much had the last series totally off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was just winded or what have you, but he's back out there here as this drive opens from their own 40.
1st and 10, they turn, give it back to McClendon. McClendon takes it up over the 40. He'll be pushed backwards and pushed backwards hard. That is by number 27, Josh Taylor for Green. Good tackle there. McClendon takes the carry there, goes up the middle. McClendon, he is a big physical presence, but he's also got the speed and elusivity. I mean, if you get him out in space, he can make it happen.
Yeah, he's not your prototypical small high school running back. He almost, kind of resembles maybe like a Derrick Henry or one of those bigger bodied running backs, but he has that speed burst that he showed on that 73-yard scamper, so he's a lot to handle.
2nd down and 8 for GlenOak on their own 42-yard line. Chrissy in shotgun turns. They're going to give it to McClendon again. Counter to the right side, tries to get the corner, does. 35, 45, up to maybe the 48, but a flag comes in. And it's in the area of, and it's going to be a holding on GlenOak, as both teams have been guilty of a little holding here in this first quarter there.
Yeah, it's the receivers on the outside on Green's big pass play and on that good run play there by McClendon. So those guys that, aren't used to putting on those blocks, getting caught with their hands not where they're supposed to.
All right, here we go. That's going to make it 2nd down now and 18 for the GlenOak Eagles with 3:25 left to go here in the first quarter. This Federal League matchup here in Week 7 on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. Chrissy getting everybody set up now. He's going to be in almost full house shotgun. Now everyone shifts. McClendon will be on his right side. Chrissy turns. They're going to hand it off to McClendon. He's going to try the left side. Tries to get the corner. Tries to cut it up. 35, 40, 45, 50. Turns on the gas. 40. He might be gone again. Oh, he's tackled, but takes it all the way down to the 21-yard line. And now well over 100 yards in the first quarter. As I see McClendon say, can I get a break? He's coming out. That is 2 explosive runs in the first quarter by McClendon.
Yeah, 47 yards on that one. So, like you mentioned, just with his 2 big runs over the century mark after 4 rushes thus far.
So, just outside the red zone, GlenOak back in business here. 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line. 3 minutes and clock running here in the first quarter. Chrissy turns. Back to pass. Looking, going to take a shot towards the end zone. Has a receiver, and it is caught for a touchdown. He got it to number 14. That is Caden Sanders. I'm not sure that's who he was throwing to.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
No, the result is what you wanted. So, of course, that's who he was throwing to.
That's what I would tell anybody.
Yeah, he had another wide receiver that I thought he was throwing to, but it was overthrown to him, and Saunders came in and made a sliding catch in the end zone for the touchdown, 21-yard pass on that touchdown.
So, Chrissy with the touchdown pass, extra point pending here. It's down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So your new score now, with 2:52 left to go here in the first quarter. It's been an exciting first quarter. Your score, GlenOak 14, Green 7. This is high school football. Brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, we got a lot of action here in the first quarter of this football game tonight between Green and GlenOak. GlenOak currently leads 14-7 after that touchdown pass from Chrissy to Caden Sanders. Here's the kickoff by GlenOak. It's going to go and be fielded around the 8-yard line. Here comes Green on the return. Up 30, 35, up near the 40. I think he got to the 40. Another strong return by Evan Reed, who's also having a really good first quarter.
Yeah, we talked a lot about McClendon, but some
late flag.
Some after the play extracurriculars going on down there that will get sorted out. But yeah, Evan Reed trying to match him and doing very well in his own right here so far tonight as they sort out the penalty after the end of the play here.
Wait to see what that is. Let's get some offsetting penalties. So it'll just be first down. Some scores. Jackson up 3-0 on Lake after one quarter. Let me see here. Orville 6, Northwest nothing to start the second quarter. End of the first quarter, Fitch and Perry scoreless. So we'll get you updates from our games. Alliance and Carrollton tied at 7. Manchester up 7-0 over Fairless as well. All right, here we go. Green has it. Their third possession of the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Hunka calls his own number, looks to go to the right side, trying to bounce it out. He is going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by Dom Wagner, number 35 for GlenOak. That's going to go for a loss.
Yeah, Hunka stayed behind the offensive line there, trying to see how the linebackers were shifting. He went out to his right and was met by Wagner as he escaped the offensive line in the pocket there.
Yes, he did. That brings up second down and 11 as we're coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 14-7, GlenOak on top of Green. It's been a high-action first quarter for this game. Hunka in shotgun now. He's got twins to his left, receiver to his right. GlenOak bringing a blitz. Hunka rolls out to avoid it, looking, dumps it underneath. That is going to be incomplete. And they're going to get they're going to call a penalty as he tried to throw it to Josh Taylor underneath. The DB came up and hit him, and he is a little stunned. He got back up. They're going to call flag on there. I didn't think it was targeting, and I thought he didn't know he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, I think that may have been just a product of that hit happening real close to the Green sideline and the Green bench trying to assist the official in making that call. But we'll get the official word from
I didn't really think it was an illegal hit. There's going to be a personal foul on number 1. That is their safety, R.J. Hairston. So that's going to be a big penalty, and that's going to take Green and put them in GlenOak territory. They're going to move the ball and set it down, it looks like, on the 47-yard line. Now, new score update now, 14-0 Orville over Northwest. 1st and 10, the 46-yard line. Green in GlenOak territory again. Hunka in shotgun. He's got trips to his right, receiver to his left. He's got Evan Reed behind him. Looks over the defense. Hunka going to call his own number on the left side. Dashes through the hole. Spin move still on his feet inside the 35, down towards the 31-yard line. Good run by Hunka. First down, Green there on the move again.
Yeah, another 15-yard run there by Hunka. And another score update here real quick before the next play. Jackson 10, Lake 0.
Wow, how about that? Our game of the week, as there's another run here for Green on first down. Hunka, again, they found something with those inside runs with Hunka between the A and B gaps there. Another first down for Green, and that puts them right on the 20. That puts them in the RG Drake red zone again. So Green with 1:32 left to go in the first quarter, back in the red zone.
Yeah, last two rushes by Hunka totaling 26 yards, moving them right down the field.
Hunka almost got GlenOak to jump. I'm waiting to see if they're going to call that. They didn't. Trips right. Hunka comes up, barking out signals to his lineman. 1:10 left to go, down by 7 with it in the red zone. Hunka, little toss to his running back. That is Evan Reed. Evan Reed's going to take it inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line as we're now under a minute to go in the first quarter. GlenOak up 14-7, but Green in the red zone, driving for the second time tonight. Already lined back up. Hunka calls his own number again. That's the same play. Takes it down inside the 10. They're going to mark him down around the 8-yard line. Both these teams are playing hard, and they're hitting tonight.
Yeah, they are. Like we mentioned earlier, the 1-5 records are very misleading for both.
All right, here we go. Hunka calls his own number again. Now he takes it inside the 5. They'll get him down to the 4. We have a player down for Green. He's getting up, or trying to get up. One of the linemen. That's number 77 for Green. That is Zane Alcati. Hunka get everyone lined up. This is probably the last play of the first quarter. 10 seconds left. Second and goal from the 4. Hunka going to toss it. Evans is going to take it down towards the goal line. Does he get it in? I believe he does. That's a touchdown, Green. Evan Reed back in the end zone, Derek.
Yeah, we talked about last time it was the reception from 12 yards out. This time takes the pitch from Hunka, takes it the 4 yards in, and they're an extra point away from knotting this up here in the waning seconds of the first quarter.
So 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Green scores again to answer. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. Snap, down, kick, up. Kick is, it is good. So your new score with 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter is 14-all. We are tied, GlenOak and Green. This is high school football. Brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, a lot of action here in this first quarter as we are tied again at 14-all. GlenOak and Green here on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group, as GlenOak looking to receive the kickoff to get the ball back, and this will most likely be the last play of the first quarter. Both teams' offenses being successful here. Both teams scoring on the ground and on the air in the first quarter.
Very balanced.
So here we go. Here comes the kickoff from Green. It's going to go deep. Going to be fielded around the 5-yard line by GlenOak. Here they come on the return. 10, 15. Gets it almost to the 20 before he is tackled. That is number 4, Sean Leahy. And that will do it for the first quarter. We've played one. Your score, 14-all. Green and GlenOak tied. This is high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back at it. Here we go. Second quarter action. Chrissy keeps it himself on 1st and 10 for GlenOak. Takes it up over the 20-yard line. He'll get it to around the 22 where he'll be tackled. A lot of action in that first quarter, Derek.
Yeah, big plays on both sides. We talked about Javion McClendon, the 73-yard touchdown rush on the third play of the game for GlenOak, and then Chrissy finding Saunders for the 21-yard touchdown, and it's been the Tyson Hunka and Evan Reed show for Green thus far.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 7 for GlenOak. Chrissy takes the snap. Oh, he hands it off to his running back who was annihilated. Demario Rozier was hit extremely hard and fast. I'm not even sure how that handoff happened.
Yeah.
Sean with the big tackle, and they're really going to enjoy it. He's going to like watching that one on film.
Yeah, and Rozier's going to ask Chrissy on that RPO, man. You got to hold that one.
Yeah. What was that, quarterback?
Left him out to dry.
You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology after that. 10:54 left to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the GlenOak Eagles here, tied up with Green. Second quarter action, 10:48 left to go. They're going to come out. They're going to go 4 wides to the right side for Chrissy. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Chrissy steps up to avoid it. Does. Still running. Staying behind the line of scrimmage to throw. Now he launches one up in the air for his receiver. They could throw. No, I thought they're going to throw a flag on that. I felt like the receiver kind of got hit. Caden Saunders, but no. As that time, I wonder if Chrissy would have been better off trying to run for that first down, but he wanted to stay behind the line of scrimmage and throw it. That was a little backyard football-esque there.
Yeah, it came up. It got real close to that line of scrimmage, curled back a yard or two, and heaved one downfield. And like you said, there was contact, but apparently not enough to draw the flag.
So GlenOak now will be punting, and their punter standing at his 5-yard line. So Green looking at getting some great field position here with their first possession of the second quarter. There's the punt. It's a nice high punt. Green going to let it go. And GlenOak will take it. It'll be around the 44-yard line. So punting from the 5, that was a good punt.
Yeah, we've seen both punters put some great punts on the ball and flip the field and, not put your defense in a compromising position.
All right. So back out comes the Green Bulldogs offense. Now they'll be going left to right. Hunka back out here.
Yeah, it's been the ground game. They do have that 12-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter, but that's Hunka's only completion thus far. It's been a lot of the ground attack.
McKinley and Hoover tied at 7, and Lake on the board now. It's 10-7. Jackson up, but Lake scoring a touchdown. It's our game of the week on the Q92 Sports Network. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Hunka. Play action. Now has a receiver. He's open. Got it to him. Inside the 40, 35, down to the 20. Still on his feet in the RG Drake red zone. They're going to mark him all the way down at the 18-yard line. That catch made by Ben Bronick, the senior wide receiver. Great throw by Hunka. Just like that, Green's back in the red zone.
Yeah, nice 38-yard pass there on the first play from scrimmage on this drive and right back in the red zone.
Going no huddle. Hunka in shotgun again. Low snap, takes it, hands it off to his running back, Evan Reed. Evan Reed's going to take it down inside the 15 to the 14. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. 14 all, but GlenOak Green back in the red zone. Coach Geis looking for the second win of the season for Green and a Federal League victory as well. Hunka in shotgun, turns, going to hand off to his running back, go up the left side, cuts it down inside the 5, still goes towards the end zone. He's going to score. That is Caden Warner with the touchdown, and Green takes the lead over GlenOak 20-14 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Tyson Hunka and Evan Reed, but that time backup running back Caden Warner took the run off the left side there and 14 yards to pay dirt.
So Green on for the extra point right now. Snap down, kick up. It is good. So just like that, now Green is up by a score of 21-14. The scoring continues in this high school football game. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the kickoff. GlenOak gets the ball back. Down now 21-14 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
And we are back here live at Green High School, where Green just took the lead again thanks to a Caden Warner touchdown, as Green doing it on the air and also doing it on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, one quick score update here as we get ready for the kickoff. Jackson now up 17-7 over Lake. 8:46
Really?
left in the second quarter there.
Wow. That is very interesting. There's a kickoff from Green, going to be fielded around the 10 from GlenOak. Here they come, 15, 20. Out around the 22-yard line before he is tackled. That return is by number 11 for GlenOak. That is Ty Smith, the senior. And back out comes this offense for the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
Yeah, first time on the night that they've been playing from behind. So last drive, not much was going well for GlenOak. So let's see how they come out here. Still plenty of time here in the second quarter. But, maybe look to go back to Javion McClendon a little bit here. Try to ride his hot hand here. As it looks like they're marking off for a penalty.
Like another penalty. It looks like maybe a holding was called that we missed. So they're going to take the ball back to the 12-yard line. So that is where they will come out. Here comes Chrissy and this offense. I believe McClendon back out there for this drive. So McClendon not really playing every drive so far tonight, but he's already put in a heck of a night. They're going to turn, hand it off. Speaking of McClendon, gets a hold, takes it up over the 15 to the 16-yard line there. Decent run there on first down. They're going to mark the ball up over the 15 to the. They're going to mark it at the 16. So second down now, clock running, coming up on 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, the big runs for McClendon. He's bounced out to the left side that time, running it up the middle and not as much doing, but still a nice yardage gain there of 4 on the first down run.
Under 9 to go, 8:55 clock running. It's 21-14. Green leads GlenOak. GlenOak comes out here on second down and 6. See, back to pass, looking, has a great pocket. Now rolling out, looking, wants to let it rip again. He's looking for his tight end. It goes way over his head. Was looking there for number 89.
I think that was 85.
Oh, was that 85? Was that John Hamilton?
Yeah.
Looking for Hamilton, but that ball sailed. One thing I'm noticing from Chrissy is he likes to go deep.
Yeah, likes to air it out there, use his legs a little bit to extend the play, let his receivers and tight ends get downfield, and let her fly.
All right, here we go. Third down and 6 for GlenOak. They're going to come out 4 wides to the left. Chrissy in shotgun, back to pass. Looking, throws it out towards the flat to McClendon, but overshoots McClendon. He had him, but the pass sailed a little bit, too much to the outside. That's going to be a quick 3 and out for GlenOak, and they will punt it back to Green with 8:35 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, past 2 drives for GlenOak, both 3 and out. So Green's defense is tightening up here following the scoring drive towards the end of the first quarter.
All right, so with 8:36 left to go, Green will await the punt. Their returner standing at about the 50-yard line. There's the punt. That is, I think, tipped a little bit. It's not going to be a very good punt. It's going to take a GlenOak roll, kind of, and it'll go. That's a pretty good roll for where it landed, all the way to about the 44-yard line. But now Green going to start in GlenOak territory with 8:23 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, punting from inside the 10-yard line once again. Green decided to bring pressure on that one, and I do believe, as well as you just said, that the defender did get at least a piece of the ball to keep that from being a full-on punt. But, yeah, beautiful roll there. Puts them out to the GlenOak 44.
Hunka going to come out in great field position. Ball at the 44-yard line. They're already in GlenOak territory. Hunka going to come out in shotgun. Evan Reed going to be on his right. He's got trips to the right, receiver to the left on 1st and 10. Hunka takes a snap. Going to turn. Going to hand it off to his running back. He's going to take it inside the 40 down to maybe the 39, 38-yard line for Evan Reed. They'll mark him at around the 37, it looks like.
Yeah, he fell forward there as he was going down and gained an extra yard or two for the nice gain of 7 there on that first down run.
8 minutes left to go in the first half. Green up by 7 with the ball in GlenOak territory again. Hunka in shotgun. Trips right, receiver left. He's got Evan Reed behind him. Now they look over to the sideline for the play call. Hunka will run up and get lots of instructions to his lineman. And here we go. Hunka throws it to Reed in the flat. 35, 30, 25, down to around the 20-yard line. That is a great catch and run after the catch by Evan Reed. They're going to mark him right at the 20. That's going to put him back in the R.G. Drake red zone again, as Green's offense seems to be rolling here in the first half here.
Yeah, this second quarter, they've really found another gear. That 17-yard pass play there on the swing pass out to Reed puts them in the red zone.
1st and 10 at the 20. Hunka has Reed to his left. Hunka, little toss to Reed, who fumbles it.
Ooh.
They'll blow it dead.
Call it a forward lateral, but
okay,
that was
so
very close.
Yeah, they're going to call it an incomplete pass, but you're right. That could have been woo. It wasn't. That stops the clock with 7:06 left to go in the first half. Again, Green up 21-14 over GlenOak, and they looking to keep this going as they are in the red zone. 2nd down and 10, the 20-yard line. Hunka now in shotgun. All by himself now. Trips left. Twins to the right. 5 wide. Empty backfield. Hunka back to pass. Looking. It's going to be a quarterback draw the whole way. Takes it inside the 15. Stiff arms. Tries to stiff arm. And he'll be tackled at the 15-yard line by about 5 GlenOak players.
Yeah, Tyson Hunka, not a large quarterback, but they're used all 5'9" of his frame to give a sturdy stiff arm there on the linebacker.
Watching Jackson Dart. 3rd down and 5, 6:38 left to go here in the first half. Green up 21-14 over GlenOak and looking for more here in the R.G. Drake red zone. Score update here. Second quarter, Akron Manchester up 14-0 over Fairless. Orville up 14-7 over Northwest. Jackson, like you said, is up 17-7 over Lake. Hunka turns. Fakes the action, now throws to the end zone. Look at his receiver. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Hunka finds Ben Bronick. Touchdown, Green. Hunka strikes again. Boy, has he looked good tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't had to throw the ball a lot, but when he has, they've been very crisp throws. That one, the 15-yard touchdown pass to Bronick, extends the Green lead.
Hunka showing why he's one of the best quarterbacks in this conference here with a couple touchdown passes here in the first half. The extra point attempt. Down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So add one more. So Green increases their lead. They now lead GlenOak 28-14 with 6:12 left to go in the first half. This is high school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back, everybody, to Green High School, where the Bulldogs are currently up now by 2 touchdowns, 28-14 over GlenOak here in the second quarter. Derek Dimmick, Christian Bigglesworth here calling the game for you. Thank you so much, whether you are a GlenOak or Green fan, for putting us on YouTube or Q92radiosports.com tonight. We appreciate you making us part of your evening. Hope you're enjoying the game. A lot of scoring in this ball game.
Yeah, there have been a few punts, but definitely a lot of scoring, and Green doing a lot more of it here in the second quarter.
Ooh, that kick's going to go out of bounds. That's going to mean good field position for GlenOak, which they could use. So GlenOak going to come back out here with great field position down. 28-14, still plenty of time left, not only in this quarter, but in the ball game.
Yeah, if you're GlenOak, this is a welcome sight, having the ball out here with great field position. The last two drives were in the shadow of your end zone, punting from inside the 10-yard line on the past two drives. And, this time you start out at your own 35, so have the breathing room to try to do something.
1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Chrissy comes out. He's going to be in shotgun. McClendon out there for this drive. We're going to have receiver to each side, tight end shaded to the right. Chrissy takes the snap. Turns, hands off McClendon, looking to get the corner. And he barely does as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Don't even know if they'll give him that. Pretty much mark him. Yeah, they're going to mark him right at the 35-yard line again. So no gain on that carry by McClendon, who is already well over 100 yards here in the first half. He has runs of over 70 and over 40 here in the first half.
Yeah, that's the first time that McClendon's been stopped for no gain or a loss. So,
2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Chrissy turns. They're going to throw it this time. It's a slant route. A little too hot that time, as it was intended for number 14, Caden Saunders. That's going to fall incomplete. Stop the clock with 5:34 here to go in the first half and bring up 3rd down and 10 for GlenOak. I feel like Chrissy needs to just maybe slow it down a little bit, calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, that one came out there about 100 miles per hour, and it was a little behind the receiver on that quick slant route there. But 3rd down and 10, and, with the incomplete pass, the clock stops. So you're giving Green plenty of time left on the clock here if you're not able to pick up this 3rd down and extend the drive.
Chrissy gets the play call, breaks the huddle. 5:34 left to go in the first half. GlenOak trails Green 28-14 on the Q92 Sports Network. Play action pass by Chrissy. Pressure coming. He avoids the first rusher. Now throws it. Got it to his tight end around the 40-yard line, maybe to the 41. It is complete, but it'll be well short of a first down as he got that one to number 86. That is Christian Skevanitis. 4th down, and we'll see if GlenOak are going to send their punt team out again, as we're coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the first half. So that was a good pass, a good find, but just not enough for the first down. And on to punt. Be Sean Lay for GlenOak. Standing back around his 25-yard lines, the return man for Green. That's another good punt. Going to be fielded. Oh, and fumble, but then picked up by Green, who's going to be tackled back around the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. That was number 13 for Green, Ben Bronick, who luckily fell on that after he kind of dropped it initially.
Yeah, kind of went right through his hands there, but another booming punt, as they've all been, minus that one that we believe was tipped. But Green coming out here. We have 4:43 left on the first half clock. You still have all 3 of your timeouts. You're up 28-14, and you received the opening kickoff of the second half.
How about this halftime? Fitch and Perry scoreless.
Wow.
At halftime, and McKinley now up 14-7 over Hoover in that game. Interesting. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line. Hunka in shotgun. He's got trips to his right, receiver to his left. And he's got Evan Reed with him in the backfield. Reed takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Reed. Reed's going to take it. Gets stuffed right around the 29-yard line. So not much there for Evan Reed. Good job of the interior defensive lineman there for GlenOak, as we're at 4:30 left to go in the first half, and Green leads 28-14.
Yeah, for both teams, it seems like the big plays have come when they've tried to bounce it out. Not much doing on either side, trying to play between the tackles.
2nd down and 6. Clock running. 4:15 left to go. Same formation. Receiver to the left. 2 receivers to the left. 3 to the right. Empty backfield, just Hunka back there. Going to throw a quick hitter out there to Reed, who is hit immediately and for a loss. Big play there by R.J. Hairston for GlenOak. Great job by the safety to read that, come up and make the play. He didn't wait for it to come to him. He went from his safety position, read that play, and went and blew it up.
Yeah, second or third time we've called Hairston's name. He had that big interception in the first quarter. Did have that penalty on the one drive a few drives ago, but a big hit there stops the reception in the tracks. A loss of 1 actually on the play.
3rd and 8 for Green on their own 27-yard line. Hunka in shotgun. He's going to have trips left, twins right, empty backfield again. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Takes the shot down the sideline. Has a receiver. Jumps up for it. Did he come down with that? I think he did. It is caught all the way down to the 40-yard line by number 10. Sam Dubervetz. What a throw. His DB was right there with him. The officials are talking it over. They're going to say, yes, it was a catch. Tie goes to the receiver, Derek.
Yep.
So great catch, great throw by Hunka. And here we go. Green in GlenOak territory again with it down to the 40-yard line. Still 3:17 left to go here in the first half. They've still got all 3 timeouts left. They're in great shape.
33 yards on that reception.
Hunka in shotgun again. Turns. Quick throw towards the sideline. Got it to his receiver again inside the 30. Breaks a tackle down to the 25-yard line. Another catch by Sam Dubervetz. He's got to catch his breath at some point.
Yeah, two quick catches. First 2 times that we've called his name so far tonight, but Hunka's looking right for him here this drive. And got whistle here. Uniform issue for one of the
you were just
green
going to have to come off the field for a second.
And make some blood on the arm, maybe.
Get that cleaned off. Hunka waiting for the call to come in. 3:06 left to go here in the first half. 28-14. They'll run the clock again. It's been a very good offensive first half for Green here. Hunka in shotgun. Trips right, left. Receiver to the left. He's got Evan Reed behind him. 2:55 left to go. Again, Green. Plenty of time, and they've got all 3 timeouts. They're in no hurry. Hunka yells out the protection to his lineman. Gets everyone set. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Hunka looks over the defense. Hunka low snap. Turns, gives it to Evan Reed. Evan Reed's going to be... No, it was a fake. No, Hunka has it inside the 20. Flag on the play. He gets it down to the 15. That's good RPO. Fooled me.
Yeah, fooled, I think.
It looks like... Oh, we're going to have a holding on. It looks like Green, though.
Yeah, in that... where that flag came out, definitely in that area.
Oh, blocking the back. I'm sorry. So blocking the back by Green. So replay first down, but back him up. So that's going to move the ball. And they're going to walk it off right now. And take it back to the 29-yard line. So now Green will have the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for Green. Clock runs again. 2:25, but again, don't forget Green has all 3 timeouts. Hunka in shotgun. Trips left, receiver to the right. And now what do we have? Is this an official's timeout to reset everything? Oh, they want to fix the play clock? There we got it. Clock begins to run again. 2:13 left to go here in the first half. Green up 28-14 and driving late here in the first half. Hunka in shotgun. Back to pass. Pump fakes. Looking, avoids the rush. No, he does not. He will go down, and he will be sacked back at the 35-yard line by GlenOak. And that sack is by number 8. That is Derrico Jordan with the sack. A big sack for the GlenOak defense there with 1:48 left to go here in the first half. It'll be second down now and about 20 from the 35-yard line, I believe is where they have it marked.
Yeah, this is a big set of downs here for GlenOak's defense to try to keep this a 2-score game before the half.
All right, empty backfield for Hunka. Trips left, twins right. Hunka back to pass. Blitz coming, and they're going to get Hunka again all the way back at the 45-yard line. That time number 45 for GlenOak, making the play. 2 straight sacks. That was Drew Deep, and that was an all-out cover 0 blitz there by GlenOak. They just went for it.
Yeah, GlenOak taking their first time out to preserve some clock here. So our first Friends and Family Credit Union timeout of this game.
Oh, man, join the family. So, yeah, there we go. So how about the interior line and the linebackers for GlenOak coming up big here late in the first half? And the defensive coordinator, how about that blitz he dialed up? That's a gutsy blitz when they got 5 wide.
Right, yeah. But Hunka has shown if he's given time, he can find his receivers. So bringing the pressure, trying to keep his feet from being able to get set, fire off these passes, brings up a 3rd down and 25. So quite the daunting task for the Green Bulldogs as the ball rests at the GlenOak 40.
This started off as a very promising
Right.
drive for them having a chance maybe go up by 3 scores. So timeout is over. Friends and Family Credit Union timeout is over. Team is about to come back out here. We'll see what Green does. With 1:20 left now, 3rd and 25 with 2 consecutive sacks by the Eagles defense. As you're right, Garcia does not want to go. He wants to keep this a 2-score ball game going into halftime. Hunka now on 3rd and 25 from the GlenOak 40. Again, same formation, trips right, twins left. Back to pass. No blitz this time by GlenOak. Hunka wants to take a shot. Hunka is going to take a shot for Reed. He's got it for a touchdown. How about that? Another touchdown. Evan Reed, this time through the air.
Yeah, second time with the touchdown reception for Evan Reed. This one 40 yards out, and just when, if you're a GlenOak Golden Eagle fan or player, you think you kind of stop the momentum in the tracks. You're looking to maybe get the ball back, score before half, cut it to a 1-score game. Tyson Hunka has time without the blitz coming, finds Reed down the close sideline.
Extra point attempt is up. It is good. No, no good. I apologize. He missed that.
It doinked off the
Went off.
upright.
Yeah, you can
looks
still
like
see it
it's shaking pretty.
So, extra point is missed. The score now is 34-14. Green on top of GlenOak. We're going to take a timeout. This is high school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Hunka with another touchdown pass and Evan Reed with another touchdown here in the first half. Once tied at 14. Now your score is Green 34-14 with GlenOak about to get the ball back with 1:14 left to go. And GlenOak has... they still have 3, but didn't they use a timeout?
Yeah, they haven't updated that yet. Big return.
Big return for GlenOak. They're going to take it up to the 40-yard line, so good field position. Good return there. That was by Ty Smith for the GlenOak Eagles. So they got 1:08 left to go. A couple timeouts left. They're down 34-14. We'll see what Coach Garcia comes out here and does with this possession here before halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll get a look at the news from our AM 1310 WDPN studios with Jeff Mears. We'll get you stats from the first half. We'll get you a look at area scores. We'll get you set for the second half of action here. So they're going to come out 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Right, back to pass. Chrissy throws towards the sideline, and it drops incomplete. Was looking for McClendon. That one was in the dirt as pressure was coming from the outside from Green. That stops the clock with 1:05 left to go here.
Yeah, if you're Green, you know you're receiving the opening kickoff of the second half, so you want to do everything in your power to not let GlenOak cut into this 20-point deficit.
And don't forget, they still have 3 timeouts left, so
Yeah.
you don't want to give them the ball back either necessarily.
Right.
Missy back to pass, rolling out to his left, throws towards the sideline. That sails way out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock with 101. And that's now, Derek, now you are looking at that situation like,
Yeah.
do you want to throw again? And if it's not complete, you stop the clock, and they have all 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and Green has showed multiple times tonight that their offense is high-powered, can get the big chunk plays, and they could look to extend the lead heading into half, and then we might be looking at a running clock situation in the second half.
Well, here we go. Chrissy in shotgun, 3rd and 10 for GlenOak. Going to call his own number, and he's going to be sacked. Nowhere to go, and I do believe Green used their timeout to stop the clock. So this is going to be interesting. As GlenOak's going to have to punt. Now Green is going to get the ball back. They're going to have somewhere around 45 to 50 seconds when this play's over, probably. And they've got all 3 timeouts. And like you said, they've had some big explosive plays in this first half.
Yeah, they're taking a timeout here, so they have 2 timeouts after the punt, but still 2 timeouts. You can get the ball out of bounds, incomplete pass, but with the way their offense has looked here in the second half, Coach Geis has to be thrilled to have another opportunity to get that offense back out there before they head into the half.
Another scoring update, halftime now. Jackson still leads Lake 17-14. That is a good game at halftime. They're also at halftime. McKinley up on Hoover 14-7, another close one. Halftime, Akron Manchester 14, Fairless 7. They're probably close to halftime now, and Orville and Northwest are tied at 14. At halftime, Alliance up 21-7. How about the Aviators? That game next week with West Branch.
Yeah.
Woo! That's going to be for the EBC.
Yeah,
there's a good chance.
Listen to Sam talking to Coach Goodman on 1310 on my drive in and talking about not looking past Carrollton to that game. So
Right, here comes the punt from GlenOak. That's another good high punt. It's going to drop. Going to actually take a little bit of a green bounce. It'll be down right at the 30-yard line. All right, so here's the situation. There's 47 seconds left to go in the first half. Green has a 34-14 lead. Green has the ball, and they have 2 timeouts left to go here. So interesting to see how Coach Geis wants to approach this. Will he attack? Will he try to get a field goal or a score here before halftime? My guess is yes. What a half by Hunka, Evan Reed, in this offense for Green. Now, we'll get into that here at halftime, too, when we go through the stats and talk about the first half here. So he's going to come out anyway. Empty backfield, just him and shotgun, 5 wide. Trips right, Twins left. GlenOak showing blitz. Here they come. Hunka tries to avoid the blitz, does. 35, 40, tackled up around the 42-yard line.
yeah, nice gain of 12 there. Clock stops for the chains to get reset.
Did he call a timeout?
Yes, I do believe that.
A little surprised he called it that quick, but he did.
Well, I agree. I thought that maybe they tried to keep that fast tempo and.
Yeah, because Green's no stranger to going no huddle or quick.
Right.
But that is their second timeout with 42 seconds left. So they'll have 1 left, 42 seconds left to go here in the first half. Like I said, it's a beautiful night here in Northeast Ohio. The Green Bulldogs and the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Both teams trying to get their second win of the season. This game was tied at 14.
Yeah, it's been a great second half for the host Bulldogs. And if you're Coach Garcia, you're just trying to make it into halftime without any more damage.
All right, timeout is over. Here comes the offense for Green. I'll tell you what, late in the season, I don't know if I want to play Green.
No, not with Tyson Hunka at quarterback.
Evan Reed needs, yeah. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line here. Hunka 5 wide. Blitz coming again by GlenOak. Hunka rolls out to avoid it. Looking, decides to run again. He'll take it as much as he can to get out of bounds inside GlenOak territory. Whoa! Inside GlenOak territory. As he'll take it down to the 48-yard line. So that stops the clock, saves the timeout. 35 seconds left to go. Hunka will get everyone lined up. They're probably going to stay in this 5 wide. Evan Reed is one of those receivers, and you need to respect him like a receiver, even though he's a running back. Trips left, Twins right. Ball on the 48-yard line. Hunka back to pass. Another blitz coming by GlenOak. Quick throw. It is caught. And out of bounds goes the wide receiver. And that is another catch here in the first half for Sam Dubervets.
Yeah, 8-yard gain there. First down and 10 from the GlenOak 40. Still one timeout remaining for Green with 32 seconds left on the first half clock.
Hunka gets the play. Again, trips left, twins right. GlenOak is not sitting back. They're pressuring, although it looks like they might not be this time. They do blitz. I was wrong. Hunka trying to avoid it. He avoids the initial rush. 35, 30. He's got some room. 25, 20, 15, 10, and goes out of bounds to save the timeout with 22 seconds left. What a run by Hunka. The blitz forcing him to run, and that time he just got out in the open and then found a wall of blockers.
Yeah, and the football IQ to gain the yardage, but also get out of bounds to preserve that last timeout. 22 seconds left on the clock. Mark them now at the 11-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10. They're in the RG Drake red zone. 1st and 10, ball on the 11-yard line. Hunka looks, throws it towards the end zone. Knocked incomplete. Pass that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds left. Hunka trying to throw a corner route there, or a flag route. Incomplete, stops the clock with 18 seconds left. Green up 34-14 and trying to add another touchdown here late in the game. And like you said, they get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, so great opportunity here. You have the ball at the 11-yard line. You know, with the one timeout, you have at least 2 more opportunities to try to get into the end zone.
Here we go, 2nd down. Looking, throwing towards the end zone. It is caught. They're going to mark him right down at the one. No, they're going to say incomplete.
Hunka's pass complete to number 10, Sam Dubervets.
Yeah,
Dubervets is saying he did catch it.
Yeah, the back judge came in from below the uprights and saw something that looked like the ball hit the ground as he was hit and falling towards that ground.
Dubervets does not agree.
Right.
He is adamant that he caught that football.
No challenges in high school football.
No, you got to live with the call, but he is not happy. He thinks he had that. So that stops the clock with 12 seconds left. The side judge called it a catch, but the back judge came in and said nope. 3rd down and 10. Hunka back to pass. Looking. Now he throws. Has a receiver wide open at the 5. Takes it into the end zone. That's going to be another touchdown. And that is Sam Dubervets. So he got his touchdown. He got his revenge. Green scores again. What was once a 14-14 game is now 40-14. Green on top of GlenOak with the extra point pending. What a tale of 2 quarters. Extra point attempt. Down. The kick is up. And the kick is good at the extra point. So your score now, with 3 seconds left to go in the first half, 41-14. Green is on top of GlenOak. Like I said, it's almost hard to believe we were tied at 14 at one point.
Right, yeah. If you're just tuning in and you're looking at this scoreboard and seeing 41-14, you're thinking, oh, Green's been in control all night. GlenOak actually scored on the 3rd play of the game.
They had the lead twice.
Yeah, and then retook the lead. Yeah, so it's definitely been Green here in the 2nd quarter, but that 1st quarter was back and forth and looked like we were going to have another tight game on our hands, but Green taking a lot of opportunities and taking advantage of those.
GlenOak to return the kick. Their deep men back there are number 4, Sean Leahy, and number 11, Ty Smith are back there deep. This most likely will be the last play of the first half. Again, news from AM 1310 WDPN at halftime. We'll get you scores from around the area. We'll get you stats from the first half, and we'll get you our analysis and get you set for the second half of action here in this Federal League matchup.
Kicking off the Green, number 23, Logan Moreau.
Kicking off for Green will be Logan Nero. So Nero will kick it off with 3 seconds left. Here comes the kickoff. And it's going to go out of bounds. So I was wrong again. That is not the last play of the first half. As GlenOak will have to come out here and run one play to see if they just come out and down it and go to halftime, and Coach Garcia can just get to work on what they can try to do to the second half, because they're going to have to come out on defense and be strong to start to avoid a running clock situation. So it'll be to the 35-yard line for GlenOak.
Oh,
now we're going to re-kick.
Have them re-kick it and hope that
I don't blame them.
Right, yeah. You can use a big return and score before the half. Like you said, even taking over possession at your own 35 with 3 seconds left, there's not much you can do. So great decision here by Coach Garcia to try to spark something with your special teams.
Yeah, I agree. Give them a chance and a big return and maybe a touchdown here before the half. That would help out tremendously.
Great crowd on hand tonight for Green. It's their homecoming night. Looks like they have the alumni band set to play here at the halftime show. So a great night for football.
All right, Green getting set to kick it off here. 8:15 on your Friday evening. Green up 41-14 over GlenOak. Here is the kickoff. This one will not go out of bounds. It'll be taken by an up man and around the 35. We'll go to the 40. Get to maybe the 40. Oh, whoa, he got through there. He got past everybody. All the way down to the 24-yard line. We almost had an unbelievable play. And what a return by Dom Wagner from GlenOak to somehow get through the initial bat of men. And Garcia almost pulled that off.
Right, yeah. He, Coach Geis not kicking it deep to the returners back there, but one of the up guys, the linebacker, senior leader Dom Wagner, took the ball and looked like he was stopped around the 40 of GlenOak, and next thing you know, he was burst out of that, and it was the kicker, I think, that corralled him to keep him from scoring.
All right, so we are now at halftime. Your score is 41-14. Green with the lead over GlenOak. Green will get the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a break, then throw it back to our AM 1310 WDPN newsroom with Jeff Mears for a news break. We'll get you back out here after that. We'll get you some scores from around the area. We'll get you some statistics from the first half, and we'll get you set for the second half of action. But this battle of 1 and 5s right now, Green all over GlenOak, 41-14. That's your score at halftime here. It's high school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. A special prosecutor is being sought for the case of two Canton police officers charged in the death of a man in their custody. Prosecutors made the request today in Stark County Common Pleas Court during a pretrial hearing for Bo Shoneggy and Camden Birch. They are charged with reckless homicide. Prosecutors cite a conflict of interest. Retired Medina County Common Pleas Judge James Kimbler is overseeing the case after Stark County judges recused themselves. He gave prosecutors 2 weeks to file a motion. A final pretrial hearing is set for January 21st. In April 2024, Frank Tyson of Canton Township crashed his vehicle near the AmVets building on Sherrick Road Southeast. People inside called police to have Tyson removed due to erratic behavior. He stopped breathing after being handcuffed and put on the floor. Molly Stark Hospital will soon come down. Crews are set to begin demolition of the 96-year-old facility next week. The contractor is Gary Matarelli Excavating. Stark Parks owns the property in Nimishillen Township, which has been abandoned since 1995. Park officials have cited safety concerns. The hospital has also been the frequent target of vandals. Stark Parks received a $2.3 million grant from the Ohio Brownfield Remediation Program last year. It will cover about 75% of the cost of asbestos abatement, demolition, and site remediation. Stark Parks, the county land bank, and commissioners will pay the remainder. Completion is expected by the end of the year. The city of Louisville opened its new fire station this afternoon. WDPN's David Schur reports.
The $8.6 million, 15,000 square foot facility houses 3 fire trucks and 3 EMS vehicles, along with training facilities, a day room, sleeping dorms, and a decompression area in which the air pressure is elevated to keep out the contaminants from the vehicle emissions. On hand for the ceremonies, which included dedication of the building to the late city manager, Dr. Larry Collins, whose efforts resulted in this facility, were members of his family and officials from fire departments all over the county and beyond. For WDPN News, I'm David Schur.
You'll soon have another option for flying to the Windy City from Akron Canton Airport. The first American Airlines flight to Chicago's O'Hare International Airport is set for departure Monday morning at 7:45. United Airlines currently operates the only service to Chicago from CAK. Akron Canton will host a gate party for travelers on the American flight at 6:30. Victims of the 2023 East Palestine train derailment and Norfolk Southern have until October 10th to respond to fraud allegations concerning the $600 million settlement of a class action lawsuit. Federal Judge Benita Pearson issued the deadline following a filing last week by a group of class members who opted into the personal injury portion of the settlement. They allege their legal representatives intentionally hid crucial information about health risks. At issue is the portion of the settlement providing payments to individuals who signed a release of their personal injury claims against the railroad. The motion requests that the settlement, which was approved a year ago, should be nullified. Norfolk Southern has indicated it will oppose the motion. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal single-vehicle crash in Columbiana County. It happened around 8:40 Wednesday night. A car was southbound on State Route 644 in Franklin Township when it failed to negotiate a curve, went off the right side of the road, and struck a tree south of Lewis Road. The vehicle caught fire and the driver died at the scene. Their name has not been released. The crash forced authorities to close the roadway for about 2 hours. A man accused of attacking a Latonia police officer will undergo treatment at Heartland Behavioral Health Care in Massillon. The commitment of 47-year-old Randy May of Latonia was issued Wednesday by Columbiana County Common Pleas Judge Megan Bickerton. He was recently found not guilty by reason of insanity, a felonious assault, and aggravated robbery. Bickerton said an evaluation determined May was mentally ill. Officer John Hancock suffered a broken ankle and a head injury when he was hit with a metal bar during an October 2024 traffic stop. May was also found not guilty by reason of insanity for assaulting a deputy in April of 2024. The final termination of commitment for the Latonia case will be in 2036. The hearing for the other will be in 2027. Attorneys have filed an amended injunction in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court asking a magistrate to allow Youngstown Ursuline High School transfer students to play football this season. It was filed Thursday. The amended injunction notes a Trumbull County judge ruled in favor of 3 students who transferred to Girard and seeks the same decision in Mahoning County. The OHSAA ruled last month that any student who transferred from Ursuline to another school would not be able to play for the 2025 season. The season was canceled following allegations of hazing, sexual assault, and harassment involving some players. The original injunction in Mahoning County was recently denied. A hearing is scheduled for October 10th. A woman is headed to prison for the drowning death of a 1-year-old girl in Youngstown. 32-year-old Adrienne Hudson of Youngstown was sentenced today by Mahoning County Common Pleas Judge Maureen Sweeney to 6 to 9 years behind bars. She pleaded guilty in August to charges of involuntary manslaughter and child endangering. Hudson was indicted in January 2024 for the September 2023 incident. London Kazan was found in a pool at a home on Ridgelawn Avenue. Hudson was babysitting the girl and her own child at the West Side address. The group was outside and the girl reportedly wandered away and ended up in the pool. The child's death was later ruled accidental. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, clear and cool, a low near 52. Sunny skies Saturday with a high reaching 81. Saturday night, clear, a low around 50. Sunday, sunshine returns with a high of 82. Monday, sunny skies and a high of 83. From the Q92 newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, welcome back. It's halftime here. The Green Marching Band is performing right now for the fans here at halftime, where your score is 41-14. And now let's take you around the area. Look at scores from Q92radiosports.com. Great website. You guys should check it out. It's pretty cool. Whatever loads. There we go. All right, let's get you some scores from around the area. They're in the third quarter. They're still scoreless between Fitch and Perry. West Branch rolling up 49-0 over Marlington in that game here, as West Branch looking like they in no way want to give up that EBC that they have had a stranglehold on, as you and I both know very well,
yes,
for the last few years. Third quarter, Ridgewood up 41-0 over Sandy Valley. Also in the third quarter, Alliance up on Carrollton 21-17. Not to look ahead, but that Week 8 matchup between Alliance and West Branch is going to be huge. Tuslaw up 7-6 over the Toronto Red Knights. Akron Manchester is up 14-7 over Fairless in the third quarter. Edison at half is up 22-3 over Canton Central. At halftime, Canfield's up 20-7 over Louisville. At halftime, Northwest and Orville are tied at 14. Halftime, Triway up 27-14 over the Canton South. Halftime still 14-7, McKinley over Hoover. Let me see here. At halftime, Massillon is up over Cardinal Rittner, 21-14. Again, at halftime, Jackson up over Lake, 17-14. The East Golden Bears are up 20-7 over Beaver Local. And Salem up big over Minerva, 27-3. That game is at half. Strasburg and East Canton, no score. So there's a look at some Stark County area scores from around the area. Now let's turn it over to Derek. There was a lot of stats in the first half. It started off like gangbusters for GlenOak. They started off really well, but obviously the score has changed. We were tied at 14 apiece. It's now 41-14. But let's see what the stats tell us about the first half.
Yeah, we'll start with GlenOak here. It was Evan Chrissy, 2 of 8 through the air, 27 yards. Does have a touchdown through the air. That was the 21-yarder to Saunders there in the latter parts of the first quarter. The big play was the 73-yard rush on the third play of the game by Javion McQuindon for GlenOak. That 73-yarder put him well on his way. At the half, he's got 6 rushes, 132 yards, and a touchdown. But unfortunately, as we look to the scoreboard, 41-14.
Yeah.
Can't really run the ball as much as you'd like to with the big fella back there. Now flipping it over here to Green, as we just said, the score 41-14 at half. Green is ahead, and a big part of that, a big reason for that is Tyson Hunka through the air, 10 of 15, 188 yards, 4 touchdowns in the first half, and spread the ball around very well. Evan Reed, 4 receptions, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let me see here. Got my flashlight out here. Ben Bronnick, 2 receptions, 53 yards, 1 touchdown. Sam Dubritz, 4 receptions, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Then on the ground, it's been spread about on the ground as well. Tyson Hunka, 14 rushes, 94 yards. Evan Reed, 10 rushes, 37 yards with a touchdown from 4 yards out. And Caden Warner, 2 rushes, 17 yards, 1 touchdown. That one came from 14 yards out. So balanced attack through the air, on the ground, and spreading it around. It's not been a one-person show for the Green Bulldogs so far tonight.
We finally have our first score. Perry with a pick 6. 47-yard touchdown return from Jonathan Lemon. Perry now up on Fitch 7-0 with 6:45 left to go in the third quarter. Northwest has taken the lead over Orville 21-14 in that game as well. All right, we're going to take a break here. Then we'll come back and we'll talk about the rest of the season for GlenOak. For Green, we'll also maybe take a look at where the computer rankings have some of our area teams right now, playoff-wise. I think in Week 7, it's time to start looking a little bit and seeing who's where. So we'll talk about that coming up here. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group here on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Green's band is ending their performance here. You said that was the alumni back band tonight. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it looks like it down here.
Yeah, a big turnout.
Jeans and polos, but yeah, homecoming, great crowd
Awesome.
here tonight.
Very cool thing to do here. Great performances by both bands here during halftime. Shout out to GlenOak's band for a great performance. Green's for a great performance. All right, now let's look a little bit as you look ahead for these two seasons. After tonight, if Green holds on and anything can happen. But right now they're in really good shape. Be 2-5 in the season with Louisville, Perry, and Lake coming up. And I mean it when I tell you, if they're going to keep playing like this, I don't know if I want to play them when at the end of the season when losses really could hurt you a little bit.
Right. And out of those,
but those are 3 tough final games.
Very, very tough road ahead, but only one of them is on the road. They travel to Perry, but they welcome Louisville next week, and then Lake for that big rivalry to end out the season.
Yeah. So, and then when you look at what GlenOak has coming up, they have 2 home games left as well against Jackson and Mansfield Senior, and they'll be at Perry for the final game of the season. When you look at the computer rankings now, where teams are at, obviously in 3 weeks, so much can change. And don't forget, only the top 12 get in this year, not 16. And the top 4 get a bye.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot different this year. When you look at Division I, Region 1, we have some time to go through this. Canton-McKinley is the highest local team there. They're currently 6th, so they wouldn't have a bye, but they would have a home game in Week 1. Jackson is at the 8th spot right now. They would be in as well. We talk about GlenOak. They're sitting down at 14. I mean, that could change.
Right.
I know it sounds crazy, but if you look at the points they could get if they would be to upset a Jackson, Mansfield, that's a Division III school, so the points, I don't know about that. But Perry, if you were to beat a team like Perry, you could get some points that could really help you. That's a daunting task, but that's where GlenOak is. For Division I, those are the teams right now that would be in. When we go to Division II next, hold on, I'll get us there eventually. Division II, Region 5, Lake right now is the 1 seed, getting all they can handle from Jackson.
Right.
But we talked about this in the pregame. This region is just stacked. Hoban at 2. Hudson is at 4. Walsh Jesuit at 6. Fitch, who's playing well right now, is at 7. So Lake would be in right now. But if you look at that, that's it for us around in here with Green Bay down at the 22 spot. We have other teams down in 7, I believe, Division II, Region 7. Yes,
Yep,
and that is where Hoover right now is tied for 4th with Worthington Kilbourne. They'd be in right now. Louisville is at the 7. They're losing to Canfield right now, but they'd be in right now. Massillon has the 9. They'd be in right now. Boy, can you imagine getting Massillon running around the playoffs?
Right.
Don't let that record fool you at all, folks. At all.
And Perry there at that 12 seed, like you just mentioned, that's the cutoff.
Yeah, that is right there at 12. That's the cutoff. So we have some good representation there. Division III, Region 9. We look at the Alliance Aviators. They're sitting at 7 right now. They'd be in. No other local teams around here would be in at that point. But Canfield is the number 1 seed right now. CVCA is having a great season. They're at 2. Benedictine is in this region. Akron East would be in right now. We do some Akron East. So they would be in right now. I'm trying to think if anyone's in. Carrollton, just on the outside looking in at the 14 right now. And Division 3, Region 11. We go to Division 4, Region 13. West Branch at 5-1 is sitting at 6 right now. They're there. Northwest would be in right now. They're in the 9 seed. Salem is right there at the 12, and they're winning again tonight. So shout out to the Salem Quakers, another EBC team that if it were to start right now, they would be in right now.
Yeah, Marlington 14th in that region.
Marlington
13,
not out of it.
So
not out of it. Division 5, Region 17, to see if we have anybody there right now. Nobody. Fairless down at the 16. Tuslaw down at the 18. So in Division 5 right now, nobody. Division 6, Smithville Smithies right now holding on to the 4 seed. They'd actually have a bye right now. Shout out to my nephew's team, Mineral Ridge. They got the 8 seed right now. That means, all right, there we go, guys. And when we go to Division 7 right now, Malvern currently has the 4 spot. The Hornets, they would have a bye right now as well.
East Canton sitting at number 11 there.
East Canton, it was in there as well. So as you can see,
and the Hornets.
a lot of local teams right now would be in the playoffs. But again, the cutoff is not 16 anymore. It's 12. And unfortunately, East Canton's lost their last 2 games.
Right.
To Ridgewood, who's undefeated, and Newcomerstown. They're playing a 5-1 Strasburg here tonight, and that game with Malvern's going to be tough at the end of the season as well. So it's going to be really interesting. You're going to have to do a lot of computer ranking watching and scoreboard watching these last 3 weeks. And of course, we can't wait to bring you playoff action here on the Q92 Sports Network. But, We'll have to see what happens. It's interesting this year, not only with the fact that there's only 12 instead of 16, but the fact that there's buys.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be a real different.
Yeah, and you go through this 10-game season and you got the bumps and bruises. If you can have that week to rest up and get some guys back that maybe you wouldn't if you had to play in week 11, and then you host that game in week 12, and that your opponent would be coming off of a game, another hard-fought battle. So a lot riding on those top 4 seeds.
Absolutely. A lot riding on those. Again, going to be very interesting these last 3 weeks. We're going to take a break, come back here, and get you set for the second half kickoff. Green starts with the football and a 41-14 lead. You're listening to High School Football, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to High School Football on Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Coach Garcia, as we are getting set here. Not when we were
Before I
tied
saw
at not when
that.
we were tied at 14. So here comes the kickoff for Green. There's a kickoff. Will be fielded by GlenOak at the 10, 15, 20. Getting to the outside around the 25, up over the 30. And he'll finally be tackled around the 31-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, he was zigzagging back and forth there, trying to find a hole. There was nothing really opening, but decent field position to start for GlenOak here on their first drive of the second half.
All right, so now they'll single, and this will start the running clock, I believe, although I thought it should have been running already.
There we go.
If the running clock means the running clock. All right, here comes GlenOak out here. We do have a score update now. Fitch has come right back and scored. So the end of 3. How about that game? Tied at 7 going to the 4th. And Jackson now 26-14 over Lake. How about the the Polar Bears as McClendon comes up first and 10. Good run up over the 35, up over the 40, around the 41-yard line. Good run by McClendon. It looks like GlenOak wants to go with purpose here in the second half, and they want to get this thing going.
Yeah, 9-yard rush there to get things going.
Chrissy fakes it. Now he wants to run, but he's going to be tackled back and sacked for a loss all the way back at the 35-yard line as Chrissy was tackled back there behind the line. I believe that was Jonathan Diorio, number 5, one of the Bulldogs back there. Again, running clock, 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. GlenOak down 48-14 with it, 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, big third down here for GlenOak. You want to try to get some positive plays, get a drive going here with this running clock situation, try to get it back into traditional clock situation, but big third down here for the Eagles.
They're going to come out twins to the left. Chrissy looks over the defense. Has a pocket. Now stepping up, looking. He's going to launch a ball deep for his receiver. That's going to be incomplete. Nowhere near really anyone.
Yeah, that was toss it up there and hope for something good to happen, and unfortunately fell incomplete. Brings out 4th down and another GlenOak punt.
So GlenOak will have to punt. Again, clock still running here in the running clock situation. Punting for GlenOak Eagles will be Sean Leahy, who's actually done a good job punting for GlenOak tonight. He can punt it.
He's put some good boots on the ball.
Green waiting around the 31-yard line for this punt. There's the snap. Here comes the punt. That is high and another good punt. Green's going to let it go. It's going to take a Green bounce up around the 33-yard line, but still a good punt.
Right.
Leahy, he could punt it. He gets good height.
Yeah,
He gets good distance.
Yeah, we're up pretty high here in the press box above the home side bleachers here at Green Stadium, and it was above us, but another beautiful punt, but the Green offense comes back in, and it looks like the starters are still coming out for Green.
Yeah, Hunka's still coming out. Evan, everybody's still going to come out. The only difference I see is at running back, I see Warner out there instead of Reed. But Hunka's still out there. Starting offensive line still out there with 7:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Hunka going to take it, going to run the ball here. It's going to be Warner who's going to take it up to the 35-yard line. Again, you're going to see the speed of the game move up here tremendously with the running clock situation. And I'm sure when they go back and watch this, Coach Geis and his staff and the players are really going to see they did some really good things tonight here on film in this ball game, especially in that second quarter when the offense just clicked.
Yeah, this is our first time seeing them in person, but it's hard to believe that this team's 1-5 with how good that they've looked tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've said how many games that they have almost won.
Right.
How many other teams they took right down to the end. Hunka going to hand it off to Warner again, breaks one tackle, but will be tackled. They're not even going to give him the 35-yard line here. So another short run on second down. 6:50 clock running here.
It'll be interesting here the next time Green takes possession if Coach Geis brings in more of his backups to give some of the younger guys an opportunity to get some varsity
time. All right, 3rd down and 8 on their own 35-yard line. Hunka rolls out to pass, looking, avoids the rush. Well, almost avoided the rush. Now he'll be tackled from behind. That is going to be a sack for GlenOak, and that is going to be number 53 for GlenOak, making that play. That is Braden Sanders. That's maybe the 3rd sack from the defense for GlenOak tonight. Their defensive line has gotten some pressure.
Yeah, when they brought a blitz there a couple times, but that time more of a traditional 4-man, just the linemen coming, and we're able to get Hunka. So we'll be interesting to see if that's the last we see of him tonight.
All right, Cam Warner to punt for Green. He's standing at his 20-yard line. Takes the snap. Here comes the punt. Decent punt. Going to be landing around the 35. It'll roll out of bounds around the 28-yard line, and that is where GlenOak will come back out here on offense with 5:31 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, thank you guys so much, whether you're a fan of GlenOak, whether you're a fan of Green, for having us on tonight and listening to us here. Whether you're checking in with us on YouTube or from our Q92radiosports.com website, man. We appreciate you guys checking us out, listening to these games. I think we have another score in the Fitch game. Fitch is taking the lead over Perry with 9:54 left, 14-7. Interesting there, as we have our first play from scrimmage for GlenOak, and I believe it's going to go for a loss or a very minimal. No, it's going to be a loss.
Yeah, loss of 1 there for J1 McClendon. So still trying to, not abandon the run. It's been what's worked the best for GlenOak, but with this deficit and the running clock, not much has gone right since the first quarter for Coach Garcia.
End of 3rd, Akron Manchester increasing their lead. They're up 28-7 over Fairless. 2nd down, 11. Chrissy back to pass, looking, pump fakes, now looking to run, now throws it across his body, looking for his receiver. Incomplete, but again, that will not stop the clock at a running clock situation, so clock continues to run here. Well, I agree. We watched this team tonight with how explosive and how versatile this offense is for Green. Really, it does make that record a little bit harder to figure out.
Right, but as you mentioned, all but one of their games has been a 1-score game, so they've been in all of them.
3rd and 11. Chrissy back to pass, tries to avoid the rush, avoids a couple, takes over the 30, 35, up to maybe the 36-yard line before he is tackled. That'll be short of a 1st down, obviously, under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd. We'll see if Coach Garcia wants to go for it. Chrissy, a little slow getting up, but he's up and ready to go. And it looks like Coach Garcia is going to punt it again here with 3:43 clock running here in a quick-moving 3rd quarter with a running clock situation, with the score being 48-14, Green on top of GlenOak. If you're just joining us, this game was tied at 14-14, and GlenOak had momentum in this football game. Low snap on the punt. He got it off. It's going to go high, not as far. To give him credit for, and again, it takes a Green bounce on the other side of the 50 before it's down. So Green will get the ball back in GlenOak territory.
I feel like there's only been one punt that hasn't bounced backwards on a GlenOak punt, and that was the one that Green looked like they got a hand on. So they've been great punts, but the bounces have not gone GlenOak's way, as you can see on the scoreboard.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that. Like these punts, no matter where they land, they're just bouncing backwards. All right, here comes Green back out there. Hunka still in here. I got to imagine maybe they'll give him the 3rd quarter, and maybe we'll see the backups.
Yeah, I was a little surprised after taking that sack there. Got tackled down by the knees, and that's scary.
1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Hunka's going to turn, is going to hand it off to Warner. He's going to try the right side, cuts it back inside the 45. Down around the 44-yard line is where they'll mark him down. As Green back in GlenOak side of the 50-yard line again. 2:36 clock running here in the 3rd quarter. 48-14. Green on top of GlenOak on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you all season long by the Sarshone Auto Group. So, another score update here. Akron Manchester increases their lead again, 35-7 now over Fairless. And Northwest with a 2-touchdown lead over Orville now, 28-14. Northwest is kind of quietly having a good season again.
Right. Yes, they are.
And no one's really talking about it, but they're having a good year. All right, they turn. They hand it off to Warner again. Cuts it back inside the 45, down to maybe the 43.
Warner on the carry.
If you remember, Northwest almost took out Lake a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, in the big Pac-7 Federal League matchup there. But, yeah, Northwest ready to make some noise here as we go in the latter stages of this 2025 football season.
Coach DeMarco, since he's gone over there from Louisville, has done a really good job with that program. 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3 for Green. And there's been no Evan Reed at running back here in the second half. I believe he's fine. I know of no injury or anything like that.
Yeah, try to see if he's...
Hunka going to take the snap, hand it off to Warner again. Warner going to be stopped initially. We'll see who they mark, or maybe the 41-yard line.
Yeah, about a gain of 1 or 2 there. It was 3rd down and 3, so it will be 4th down and a long 1 or 2. Looks like Green's offense
Staying out there, looks like. They'd love to keep this going and get out of this third quarter. Like I say, I wonder if you're going to see more starters come out after the end of the third quarter here. Hunka, they're going to go for it. 4th and 2. Hunka in shotgun. 15 on the play clock, so they'll have to hike it before the end of the quarter. Now, he might want to run this all the way down and call a timeout. We'll see what he does. He's got him lined up to go for it on 4th and 2 on the 42-yard line. Hunka going to call his own number. He's going to go, and he's going to get the first down. Just get it, just inside the 40 at the 39. And that'll be a first down for Green, as that will most likely be the final play of the third quarter. A very fast-moving fourth quarter, but that's what happens when you get in a running clock situation. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. We've played 3. We'll be back to start the fourth. Your score, 48-14, Green over GlenOak here on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, we are back to start the fourth quarter. That run by Warner is enough for a first down. The clock begins to run again here in the fourth quarter. It is 1st and 10 now, ball on the 28-yard line.
Yeah, new quarterback in for the Green Bulldogs, Chase Herbert.
So they have, in fact, gone to a new quarterback. Chase Herbert, number 8. He is a junior. So someone who could be in line to take over quarterback duty next week. They turn and hand it off to Cam Warner, who takes it down to the 28.
Injured GlenOak defender. So we'll stop the clock here with 10:49 left in the fourth quarter.
We're trying to see who that is. Is that it's like number 2, if I have that correct, and that would be that can't be 2. That's
yeah, that's Case. Yeah, Chrissy. I mean, possibly 3, maybe.
So they're taking them off. It might be number 27. That may be Marcus Hill, if that's a 7. Hard to tell, but he is favoring his right leg and not putting any weight on it as he is being helped off the field. So it's like a lower leg injury and one that he doesn't want to put. So again, I'm think that's number 27, but where they have their arms helping him off the field, they're just perfectly blocking the numbers, and he was down with a crowd around him when he went down.
Yep.
So, but I'm pretty confident that is number 27 for GlenOak, and we'll keep watching to see when they sit him down that we can see that number. So the clock begins to run again. It's 2nd down and 8 for Green. Chase Herbert now takes it, gives off to Warner. No, Herbert keeps it himself inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 20. Still going down around the 18-yard line, the RG Drake red zone. So again, Chase Herbert. He is a junior.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder there to gain a few extra yards there. So taking the opportunity to get out here on a Friday night and make some memories.
All right, here we go. Under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 1 for Green. Herbert in shotgun. Cam Warner, number 1, is the running back behind him. Looks over the defense. They're letting that clock run, obviously. They're going to take it, hand it off to Warner. Warner's going to take it inside the 20. He'll fall down around the 18-yard line. That'll be enough to move the chains. Again, Green in the RG Drake red zone here. First down, Green.
9:30 and counting on the running clock here in the fourth quarter.
And Green looking to go 2-5 on the season.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, the opponents that Green has coming up, they're not going to want to see.
I don't think I'd want to see Hunka in this offense right now. I really wouldn't the last 3 weeks. First 10, the 18-yard line. Herbert going to keep it himself, look for somewhere to go. He takes it inside the 20, gets down to maybe the 17 or 18. No, I agree with you. If I'm any of the teams that still have to play Green this season, I'm telling my kids, I'm putting on as we have an injured Green player down. I'm telling my team, I'm watching the film, like, you better not take this team in offense lightly.
Right, yeah, they can score, they can score fast, and they can spread the ball around. We mentioned at halftime going through the stats, it was 3 different guys running the ball, primarily 3 different receivers. Hunka doing a great job spreading the ball around. A very potent offense.
And it is 27 for GlenOak that was injured earlier, so I was correct. It looks like as I'm looking over there, that was Marcus Hill, who's now sitting with his leg up a little bit as the injured player for Green is coming off the field. That is number 24. That is Luke Shaw Jr. coming off under his own power. So oddly enough, with the running clock, we found a way to stop the clock a couple times here.
Yep.
In this ball game, which is only fitting for Derek and I.
Yep. But the clock's started again here as
8:44 here. 2nd down and 9 from the 17-yard line. The RG Drake red zone is Green again with Chase Herbert now in at quarterback. As he'll keep it himself, try to cut it inside. He'll take it down towards just shy of the 15. They might give him the 15. And it'll be 3rd down for Green.
3rd down and 7 here for Green. Looking to continue this drive and run more time off of the clock.
Coming up on 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. Plenty of times you can see Green letting the play clock run down before they run anything. you're at that point in the game now where you want to get your younger guys some playing time, but you also want to get out with any injuries.
Right, absolutely.
So totally understand what Coach Geis is doing here. It looks like he's got his second win of the season and a Federal League victory in hand here. Herbert now on third down. Going to be a little toss to Warner. Takes inside the 15, inside the 10, down around the 9-yard line. That's Cam Warner, number 1, who's been in the ball game now as Caden has come out with other starters like Hunka, like Evan Reed.
4th down and 1 here for Green. Another Bulldog injury here.
Yeah, that looks like Warner, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
That looks like number 1, Cam Warner, the junior, who's down and holding his leg right now. And the clock, we stop again for an injury timeout. As you hate to see that, as Warner's coming out under his own power.
Right.
But he's also favoring his leg.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, when you get in these situations where the clock's running, I don't want to say people aren't playing as hard, but things happen a little bit, and you hate to get an injury when the game was in hand.
Right, absolutely. And that's why we do see a lot of reserves in for Green, given the score here.
A couple more updates here. 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Jackson up on Lake 33-21.
Wow.
Akron Manchester up 42-7. They're just pouring it on Fairless now. So, end of the third, Northwest 28-14 over Orville. All right, here we go. 4th and 1 for Green. Herbert, after he gets his own guy out of his way, takes it down inside the 10, down to around the 7-yard line. Going to be enough to move the chains and make it 1st and goal now for Green. Clock running, 6:55 left to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, even more so than, trying to score again. You have the opportunity to keep that clock running and kind of control the pace of how many plays are run the rest of the way.
6:39 left to go, 48-14. Green on top of GlenOak. Green in the R.G. Drake red zone again. Green letting the play clock run down before they do anything. New running back into the ball game now is number 31 for Green, who I don't see on my roster. And there's a flag. Oh. Again, clock won't even stop for a penalty. It's going to be a false start on Green to back him up. But I do not have a number 31 on my roster, so I'm going to imagine that is a JV player that's getting some time today.
Yeah.
And I always apologize because I hate that. I love to give any time a player gets to good on that field. I feel like they deserve to have their name announced.
Absolutely.
You to hear their name and their parents to hear their kid's name. But I do not have a number 31 on my Green roster. But I see he's coming out of the game now. Coming in for him is number 33. That's Caden Hall. He's a junior. So Caden Hall now in at running back. He's out there. 5:35 left to go in this ball game.
Going to have another delay of game, it looks like, unless they get this off. Yeah.
They didn't get it off, and I get the strategy. You want to run as much clock as you can, but then the clock doesn't stop.
Right.
But you still, for Coach Geis, you don't want to start playing sloppy.
Right, yeah. You want to, but with the penalties, the game clock is not stopping, so yeah.
Yeah, you're not delaying anything.
Could that be a strategy?
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. But now that you brought it out to the light, I also wonder. So we're doing here. Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Herbert now 13 on the play clock. This should be a good play. Everyone's lined up this time. Now they get settled here. Herbert on first down. Going to turn. Hand off to a running back. He will take it down to maybe the 18, and he is hit hard. Caden Hall with his first carry of the night. That's got 4:38 left to go in the ball game. Yeah, we got some close games on the Q92 Sports Network now. Jackson and Lake. Jackson maybe with the upset here tonight in good shape. McKinley Hoover, last I saw that was still a close game. I haven't seen really any updates from that one. Last I saw it was still 14-7 McKinley. We have Alliance and Carrollton going on right now. Akron, Manchester, and Fairless, though Manchester is taking care of that game. Fitch Perry game's very close. As Herbert takes the direct snap, tries to get it back to the 20. He cannot. He's going to be hit for a loss. That'll make it third down and very long for Green with 3:53 left to go in this ball game.
Be able to run the game clock down to about 3:15 before they'll need to take another snap here.
Again, Green's last 3 games of the season. At home back here next week against Louisville. If I'm Louisville, you better be ready to go next week. At Perry and then home against their rival Lake. 3:22 left to go in the ball game. 3rd and 21 for Green. As Herbert's just going to call his own number, run, get what he can. As his arm sleeve goes flying in the air. Another little loss, but it's just more about the clock running for Green right now. It's going to make it 4th down. No, they're going to bring the field goal unit out here.
Yeah, good opportunity. It's
I
a long
totally agree.
one, but get to see your field goal kicker in game situation to see, as the season goes on.
Caden, who's kicking that?
See here, you can read
So Hamburger's holding.
up.
With so many new bodies out there.
Let's see. I believe that 23. I believe.
That's Norrit, yes. So this is a 42-yarder.
Yeah.
There's the snap. Let's see if Norrit can get it. The kick is up. The kick's got. Oh, he did it.
Nice.
A 42-yard field goal.
Good by number 23, Logan Nero.
Nero with the field goal. Add 3 more for Green, and that makes it 51-14 with 2:19 left to go in this ball game. We'll be back with a kickoff. This is high school football brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
All right, a field goal added by Green. They're now up 51-19. GlenOak about to get the ball back here. As GlenOak about to be 2-5 on the season, or Green about to be 2-5 on the season. GlenOak looking to fall to 1-6. And Green has looked very good in this ball game. We were tied at one point at 14. And GlenOak, like you said, it's a little weird to say now, but they had momentum.
Yeah, they came out. McClendon, 3rd play from scrimmage, took the ball 73 yards for the touchdown, and then scored on a passing play on a nice pass from Chrissy to Saunders.
Here's the kickoff. GlenOak has it, 35. Still on his feet, up around the 45. Great return by number 11, Ty Smith, for GlenOak to set up here the GlenOak offense here with 1:48 left to go in the ball game. And again, they will run the clock here shortly once they get everything set in the running clock situation. So they'll wait, and when they get the word, they will, in fact, hit the clock. And there we go, 1:45 left. Here we go. Chrissy turns, hands it off to McClendon, breaks a tackle, but he'll be tackled for a loss behind the line. 132 is just no running room there.
Yeah, the Green defense getting into the backfield, they're stopping McClendon for the loss of 2 there. Second half he hasn't been able to get too much going, and Green's done a great job with the running clock of just controlling the possession.
Here we go. A good throw that time by the quarterback from GlenOak. It's Chrissy. He got that to his receiver, number 18, Gavin Bradford. Goes out of bounds, but again, clock does not stop.
Yeah, nice catch by Bradford there coming towards the green sideline. There was a flag on the play as the refs get together to discuss that, and as they do, the clock continues to run. We may have played our last play of the game.
5-yard penalty, like you said, with 30 seconds left.
Looks like
GlenOak is going to run one more play.
Try to get one more play, try to make the score a little bit closer than what it currently is.
15 seconds left. This will be the final play of the ball game here. Coming up, and what do we have?
Timeout. Resetting the ball. Had it on the far hash line. Oh, they forgot to mark off the 5-yard penalty. My bad.
They didn't mark the penalty off. Well, by the time they run this and run the whistle, the game's going to be over.
Yeah, because they'll run the clock now that the ball is set with 4 seconds left. And Coach Garcia welcoming a friend into the family with a timeout.
Friends and Family Credit Union timeout. Be part of the family. Very confused as to why Coach Garcia using that timeout with 3 seconds left.
You can't take them with you, Christian.
No, you can't. That's a good point. You cannot take them with you. Sometimes you don't need to.
Yeah, sometimes you should take them with you.
Sometimes maybe you just take them home and who knows.
Put them in the drunk drawer.
Again, hopefully you guys are following us on social media. Q92 Sports on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, on Threads, Q92 Radio on YouTube. Be watching for photos from this game. Derek will be going down to get interviews from coaches and players from Green. We'll be posting those. We post interviews and pictures from all our games, all our high school games and Mount games. So be sure to check out our social media later on tonight or tomorrow morning to see our player interviews and photos. So here we go. McClendon will run the ball for the final play of the game. He's got a 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's going to score a touchdown, the final play of the game on a 2nd and 17. Well, how about that?
Yeah.
That's why you called the timeout, Coach.
62-yard run there for McClendon is second touchdown of the game, but they will not kick the extra point. So the final score, 51-20.
51-20 is your final score. Green improves to 2-5 on the season. GlenOak falls to 1-6 on the season. As this Green offense looked incredible tonight here for Coach Geis in front of the home crowd on homecoming night. So there you go. That is your final score. Again, we've got some great games still going on the Q92 Sports Network right now. You can go to our YouTube page. You can also head on over to Q92radiosports.com. Jackson and Lake is going on right now. McKinley and Hoover, Carrollton Alliance, Fitch and Perry, Manchester and Fairless, Orville and Northwest, all going on right now. Go check out any one of those games on YouTube or on Q92radiosports.com. That's going to do it for us. We'll be back with you next week, week 8, believe it or not, our high school football. But your final score one more time, 51-20. Green beats GlenOak. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to our advertisers. Without them, we couldn't bring these games to you. And thank you to Jeff Mears for our news at halftime. And everyone back at the Q92 radio station for producing the games here tonight. For Derek Dimmitt, I'm Christian Bigglesworth. One more time, your final score, 51-20. Green beats GlenOak. Have a great night, everybody.